Let's see what this does. I don't know what this does. You're live. This is a new way of doing things. That's interesting. We have an excellent connection. The screen is telling us. We have one concurrent viewer right now because we just started it.
It's us.
I don't know. We have two. Hey, welcome to concurrent viewer. Let's go for three. Come on, let's do for three.
Lucky number 3.
That's an interesting way all this works. It's strange. All right, let's start the show. You ready? Do you know what you want to talk about?
Nope.
I got some show notes, but most of it is me being angry.
That's all right. At least it's an emotion, and you're not a blank black soul just floating through infinity.
Floating around.
Yeah.
I think I'm really tired of people in general. Society and people around us.
I think I'm going to become an incel. Done with sex.
Okay.
I'm just going to focus on my career.
Okay, here we go.
I just drooled.
This episode of the
Life Kicker
is brought to you by
Geist Note.
and
Victor Wrench.
and Plastic Object.
This program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm not going to take the bait here. I am not a racist, all right? I watch a lot of black porn. I mean, a lot.
Swaying back and forth. A beautiful thing taking me away. All of my most sensitive areas were inflamed. My extremities pulsated with tingling sensations.
I don't think that's proper to do in this day and age, sir. Show number 332. It is Tuesday.
That'll wake you up.
That will wake you up. September 3rd, 2019. Why didn't we pick this for the Do For It Halloween show? Josh, you need to learn Droid.
I don't think anyone would know it.
Who cares?
There'd be everybody be like, that's a really good band.
It is.
That original band that you had play was really good, James.
Oh, they were just covering Droid. They were a band that did one album in 2009.
Yeah. But there's a tie to corn.
There is a tie to corn.
Yeah, you kids look it up. Send us an email.
Let's see what we're doing. We're doing corn. We haven't even started yet.
No. I don't have my instrument yet.
I think 3 weeks ago you proudly pronounced that you had it.
Yeah. I meant to go get it that weekend, and time
You still haven't
flies.
got it.
No. My life is a freaking whirlwind right now.
Well, tell us about it.
I have too many moving parts.
This is our contractual agreement show of the month where it's just you and I. There's no stress. We don't have to jump through hoops or run a circus with a guest in here. We can just chill out. So why don't you just kick on back and tell me about your stress, sir, and then I'll tell you about all the fuckers I hate.
I told you when I got in here a while ago I've decided that I'm not going to get over level 4 of anger. And the more I think about that, like, that's good to set a limit on your anger and be like, I'm never going to get so pissed off. Because the most pissed off you've ever been is a level 10, right? If you cap it off at 4,
I mean-
you can still honor the true feeling of anger, but not do something stupid because of it, because it maxes out at 4. If you think about it,
At level
that's a
10,
good
is
way
that
to-
when you throw punches?
you're close. Very close.
Close.
If you're a violent person, that's probably when it would happen. But here's my point, though. The more I thought about that, too, while I was thinking about how I need to just put, like, this cap on my anger, I think it would be also a good idea to do it on all your emotions. Like, don't get too happy. Keep it at level 4.
So you're kind of becoming a monk.
Kind of.
Where
yeah.
you're just-
It's like in this...
You just straight lined all the
Yeah.
way through.
Yeah. I think so.
Speaking of anger, I just want to make it clear I did not get in a street brawl this week. A lot of people have been asking
You
me
didn't
if
get in
I
a
got
fight
into
with-
a fight. If you're looking on YouTube, my fists are bloody from working on Jeff Lord's car
Why were you working on Jeffrey Lord's car?
because he needed help. I felt bad, and sometimes you
I
gotta,
didn't know you were a mechanic.
sometimes you got to get back to the root of things and get greasy and dirty. And it'd been a while. And I've got to get greasy and dirty coming up when I rebuild the Volkswagen. So I might as well.
Was this his car, like the Forerunner, or what is he driving? Explorer?
Yeah, no, this was the Focus. Little Ford Focus rally car.
Hmm.
So anyway, a lot of people asked me today, did you get in a fight over the weekend? And I was like, yeah. You should
Yeah,
see
bro.
his face. If my fist looks like that, you should see his face. When's the last time your knuckles been bloody?
Like this time last year because of my new job.
You fought someone?
No, I was using that spinner wrench though, and I kept clocking my hand on the faucets and on the wrench.
I was talking about
fighting.
from fighting.
I don't know, man. It's been a while.
Did you ever blood sport your hands where you dip them
I was
in
a professional
glue
blood sport.
and then you rub them in glass and then you lick it?
No,
This is for you. And then you punch someone with glass all over your hands? Never did that?
no, that would
Never
hurt.
Van Damned it? Hurt you or them?
Both.
Probably. So, last Tuesday, we did our show at the Tin Panther. And we hung around for a while after the show. Quite a while after the show.
Till Thursday.
Yeah. How did that work out for you, sir?
Just a whirlwind.
Just a whirlwind?
Just a big whirlwind. Like I said, a lot of moving parts going on.
A lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
Are you a wanted man right now?
No,
You're not?
not wanted.
Are you on the run from the law?
I would say
are
I
you
have
on the
halfway
lam?
foot. I have half of my body getting checked in to a facility, like where they have straight jackets and stuff. I'm headed to
Oh.
the rubber room.
Oh, you're going to
Yeah.
to like Millwood. You're not going to
No,
a
not-
detox place.
What?
What? No. No one.
No,
wants to
I'm
be
talking about
detoxed.
straight up the rubber room, where you're in a full-on straight jacket. That's what I think is about to happen. Got too much stuff going on, man.
So
My brain is too like that big droid song. That's my brain.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just like all day, every day. I got so many because I'm trying to learn a new job. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to live. I'm going to try to deal with this. I'm trying to deal with that. I got to learn this goddamn corn set.
It's just all over the place.
Yeah. It's all
I
stuff
mean-
that I've done to myself. I'm not bitching.
You should know the corn set. I mean, it's just in your head, the rhythm, the pattern.
Well, see, I thought the same thing
biggest
about
thing.
Deftones, and then when I started digging into Deftones, I was like, wait, this is fucking kind of, some of this is tricky. So, but this time I get to hide behind Dave, and like, there's 2 guitars instead of just me playing.
And we'll probably play it early, so he'll still be sober.
I don't know. Us old guys keep lowering that bar lower and lower
The
before.
sobriety bar
Yeah.
keeps getting lower and lower.
It's like we used to wait till we were the last band to play. Then it got to where, all right, I'm the second last. I don't.
But your tolerance should be up.
Yeah, but for some reason our livers are not, and I think it's releasing too much alcohol into our blood. The tolerance is there, but the problem is the liver's not there.
Oh,
like-
so the liver's on its final legs,
I think that's
just
so.
shutting down.
Yeah. I've
Well,
been just
I'll pray for
fucking
you.
randomly getting cases of beer and drinking it all night. Like fucking
What?
when I have to work the next day.
Where? What? We need our fridge stocked.
I know.
Bring some cases over here.
I know. Well, no, not from my job.
Oh,
From just me fucking
just
on
buying
the
a
way.
case of
yeah,
beer.
like at random times.
and you're like driving around drinking a case of beer?
No.
Like
It's
your
usually at
perverted
the
uncle?
house. It's usually at the house or someone's house. And what'll happen is I'll get a case of beer. It used to be 12, and then it was 18, and now it's a case. I'll fucking just be like 9 o'clock. I need a case of beer. And then
at
me and-
night?
Yeah, and then go to work the
Jeez.
next day and be completely fine.
Is it okay, the company
That's
you
not
work
okay.
for, with this?
Hmm?
You know, you work for a beer company.
Mm-mm.
You work for a distillery.
You mean root beer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You work for a soda pop factory. Do they get angry when you drink?
There's a big time regulation on, well, like they basically want you to follow the law in regards to how much you can have.
So
Out.
yeah, that's kind of like my company I work for. It's
Like
the
if
same
you-
thing.
If you went to lunch, or let's say you went to a work function after hours,
Uh-huh.
they would expect you to follow the rule if you're representing the company, or not after hours, I'm sorry, during work hours.
Mhm.
You went to some kind of kickoff rally barbecue thing at Dallas Cowboys, the stadium or something like that.
Okay.
They would expect you to follow, what is it, 1 an hour, I think? And I think it's that.
Really?
I think the legal limit
It's one
has
an
got
hour.
it pegged down to per hour beverage, 1 an hour for the average person.
Nice.
No, it's insane. 1 a fucking hour.
Yeah. I
So
can roll
you can
with that.
legally be drunk. You can legally be drunk after watching 1 football game, because, like, that doesn't. If you,
Well, it depends. My football days are 15 hours long, so I'd
You'd
have
have-
15 beers.
but you'd have it over 15 hours.
Yeah.
So would you really be that drunk?
And I walk about 11 miles. 9.5 to 11 miles every game I shoot. So
I don't know. I'm biased. I think DWIs are horseshit, especially in Texas. I think Texas takes advantage of DWIs, and all they do is it's just a money making factory.
what's with this new law that came down on September 1st is like all the interest on back DWIs is now wiped clean.
I didn't see that part of the law. I saw the dick pic part.
Yeah, you can no longer send unsolicited dick pics. So I always ask beforehand, would you like to see my dick? And I make sure I have it on file that person would like to see my dick. Then I send the picture. I mean, that's how we've got to keep
You're getting
things
consent?
legal now.
You're getting consent before you send your dick pics.
And most of the time, I'm gripping my dick with my new brass knuckles because those are legal now. We can now walk around with brass knuckles. If I had brass knuckles, my knuckles wouldn't look like this.
That's the thing that's funny is, so I've gotten in this conversation with about dick pics with some friends of mine, and they all said, because I was like, dudes, don't do that. I go, I've never in my life, except to my friends, like you and Seth, just sent a random dick pic, like with no warning, or like, hey, got your number tonight? Bam. But everyone tells me, my friends that are females,
They get it all the time.
that happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That it's fucking part of life.
You've never got a random boob or vagina pic? Like the opposite way?
Yeah, no, I have.
But you asked for it?
It's
Or was
someone.
it unsolicited?
No, it's something that had happened before, and randomly, like, something that I wasn't shocked to get. But what I was talking about with my friends was specifically just out of nowhere. You've never had that conversation or anything, but hey, I've been thinking you're hot. Look at this.
Boom.
And that happens all the time.
Look at this
apparently.
spider in the toilet.
Yeah, well, yeah, but like I said, that was between us, like
Yeah.
friends.
And that was not your
That's not
dick.
legal anymore. It's not legal anymore.
Can I
Oh
s-
no, I thought you were talking about the look at this toilet.
Look
That
at-
was
That was. But the
The
one with the
spider one?
spider in
You
the
like that?
toilet was not with the shadow. Now,
like a
the law wasn't clear on if I could send you a dick pic of someone else. So, like, if I come across,
I think it's any
AC
nudes,
Slater
period.
from Saved by the Bell.
I think it's any nudes, bro.
Oh,
Bro dog. Bro
so it's
humphus.
any nudes. Like, if I
think.
find something online,
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure that's the way the law reads, is if you send anything that could be deemed as pornographic or even just nudes, like artistic nudes, that you made a foul.
So that night that y'all were sending
But if these dumbass
nudes of
but the
Cowboys
thing
players
is,
around,
it's stupid that we have so many fucking retarded males that think it's fucking okay to just be like, she'll probably like a dick pic. I can write it off as me being drunk and send that.
how many
Like,
females
how many fucking
do you know enjoy the look of a dick?
Hardly any.
Hardly any of them.
That's what I'm saying. These fucking idiot guys.
They freak out.
Like, people wonder why, guys wonder why, man, why is everybody hating on men all the time? This is bullshit. Yeah, it is bullshit, but guess what? You're not cleaning up your fucking act.
Dicks are intimidating.
It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Like, dudes, like, I don't know, man. I'm freaking out.
I mean, I wouldn't. Oh, how many dick pics have you sent in your life?
Oh God,
Not
damn.
of Cowboys players, like y'all did
Jesus.
a couple of weeks ago.
I've said a lot, but it's all been consensual dick.
We gotta
pics.
drink all of this
And
tonight.
I'm not drinking all this tonight.
We
There's
are.
no way.
We are. I made this.
No, I'm settling down.
It was
I'm about
gonna
to become an incel,
be Kool-Aid and rum,
which
but
is
now
funny.
it's Kool-Aid
'cause
and
this
vodka.
is opposite, kind of the opposite of. But I'm about to become an incel and never have sex again. And
Okay.
I'm gonna fucking I need to fucking find Jesus.
I think you're going to is your Brian Head Welch, and you
Oh,
got to
that's
release
right.
a
That's got me
book
nervous.
for Halloween.
Anyway, enough of me bitching. I'm not going past level 4 anymore. That's my decision. No more emotions past level 4. All it does is
At all.
cause reckless behavior.
What about when you're sad
Same.
and you're upset?
Same. It's okay to get the glimpse of the feeling,
We're
but
coming
don't
up on
freaking go to,
Halloween.
like,
What about scared? You go to a haunted house.
try
and
to
you
keep
just
it
could be
level
like,
4.
I'm level 4, dude. You're not scaring me.
I
dude.
mean, you can be
Ah!
oh, that's scary.
Whoa.
That's about it.
You scared me.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But
When
think about it. If Jason was chasing you with a hatchet or Leatherface with a chainsaw, don't you think better if you don't go past level 4? You just kind of keep calm.
You
like,
do think better,
oh,
and
here comes a guy.
you're more steady with your gun when you
Mhm.
stay at level 4.
Right.
You don't get shaky. You don't get freaked out. So you can shoot Jason
Yeah.
at level 4. But I hope you were able to run to Walmart on your way here and buy your short barrel rifle ammo, because they banned that today.
I heard about that.
Short barrel rifle ammo. Have you ever bought short barrel rifle ammo before?
Just long. Just LR.
I didn't know there were short barrel rifles around that required a specific round of ammo. Whoever came up with that
There was also a
terminology
state-
and all the news running with it
Wasn't there
are
a
fucking stupid.
Yeah. There was a difference. Like, they did something nationwide, and then they also did something in just one state.
Alaska was the only place where they sold handguns in
And
store.
they stopped selling them.
And they stopped selling that. And then they're still going to sell hunting rifles and shotguns, but they will no longer carry rifle ammo, pistol ammo, which is fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know, man. I'm not at all against our rights to bear arms. But I'm getting sick of this shit too, just like everyone else. Like, that's the thing that's so funny is one side of the argument of gun control thinks that the other side's just, oh, they don't care. No, it does get to us too. We are seeing the
No,
same stories
and
and,
I
we're getting the same
think-
sensationalism as everyone else is embedded into our brain 24/7.
and with what happened on either Saturday or Sunday out in Odessa, it's starting to become apparent that those that are gun advocates and gun supporters,
Mhm.
gun rights supporters, are actually saying, hey, we do need to do something. And the thing today that came out was that the guy that did this driving around just shooting people at random in Odessa this weekend, he bought the gun through the loophole. The old loophole of you can buy it person to person and they don't have to do a background check or whatever. And they want to figure out a way to that won't happen. Like, I can't sell you, Matt, one of my guns. They want to stop that without doing a background check on you or having the ability to do a background check. But I hate to tell you that when someone like this, because he couldn't purchase a gun legally, he was turned down because
Yeah.
of his mental well-being. When someone wants a gun like this guy did,
He's
it
gonna get
doesn't. He's gonna get it. So I don't know how you stop this. I'm totally for closing that loophole and doing a background check. Every single gun I have ever bought, I have had a background check on. And I'm totally for that. But I don't know how you would close this loophole and try to stop criminals that still want to get a gun.
No, that's the thing that's weird about this. Okay, so you've heard about the new red flag laws and stuff, and the red flag triggers and all that shit.
Which is a dick pic. That's a red flag, right?
Yeah, it's got to be.
It's got to be.
Especially when it's as small as mine.
That's a red flag that you need. That
Yeah.
need to feel sorry for you.
So the red flag laws, I don't see how you're going to be able to enforce that shit. Like, I'm assuming they're talking about social media posts and stuff like that, right? They're going to start monitoring social media. So if you go down this path of monitoring people, when does it start becoming like Minority Report and we're fucking letting Google figure out who's going to be the criminals?
You've
and
got
shit
3
pretty soon?
precogs
Yeah.
laying in water that are telling you where pre-crime is.
Right. And also, because, okay, so there's that way that you go social media wise, but also the scariest thing is what if this starts bleeding over into violation of HIPAA? Because we're going to start all of a sudden pulling all these files on people that own guns and finding out if they've ever gone to a shrink or ever been prescribed Zoloft. Is that where this is headed?
Well, and that's
Both directions are really hardcore.
That was my agreement that I've always said every time we have a gun tragedy. I'll say it again. You know, some type of tragic event is if you want to be able to purchase a semi-automatic military-style rifle, you should have one of the laws should be you give up your HIPAA rights to have that included in your background check. That way it can be seen if you've gone to a shrink, if you're prescribed something, you know, in your history and it hasn't been, you know, long enough time for that to wear off
Yeah.
or to get out of your system. You know, when was the last time you were prescribed?
Yeah, but that
class
still, okay, then where do you decide where you're going to draw the line in that? So if you get it, if anyone has ever or is on an SSRI, you're not going to let them shoot guns because
Nope.
that's not right.
It's not right, but
And
the proven stats are most of these shooters that go around and do this crazy shit.
that's because,
on an
okay, see, this
SSRI.
is the thing that's funny. This is chicken or the egg, though. Is it because they've been mentally diagnosed by other people, but as in, you're fucked up. You need to start getting medicated. So
That's
it's
the
like,
other thing. Or were they
it's-
false medicated because they were hyper children or they're autistic children,
And also,
and the
dude, some
society
doctors,
doesn't know how
some
to control
doctors
them.
prescribe Lexapro and Zoloft and those type of SSRIs for premature ejaculation.
Yeah.
For guys that shoot their wad too quick. If you didn't know what that was,
What, for
premature ejaculation.
you weren't sure that was
So I
shooting
had
your
to
water,
explain
really?
it. I had to explain
No,
it.
I totally get it. There are different things you can be prescribed an SSRI for an irregular heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that is, you know,
And a lot of people don't have to stay on some of that stuff.
no.
Like I know
a lot of it's
like a lot of stuff. If a doctor says, "Well, you haven't seen any forms of depression or anxiety lately," they'll start weaning you off of it. So then you get that. Well, how come he got a gun? He was on it at one time, but I'm on it now, and that we can't. Like, it's just a big conundrum. It's like, I think you're on the right path on the signing your own, like you signing the waiver. You're the one that wants the gun. You have to. I kind of think that could work, but the problem is, where do you start drawing the line? Like,
So-
I took Wellbutrin to try to quit smoking when I was in the 8th grade. Bam, you can't have a gun.
So when you bought your rifle, this is the shocking thing that always shocks me, no matter what. When you bought your rifle, you did a background check.
Well, I filled out that
You filled out the
said
paperwork,
that and basically it was asking about weed and
all the stuff you
guns.
go through.
Yeah.
And then they send it in real quick. It takes like a minute or two, and then it comes back and says you've cleared your background check or not. Do you know where that paperwork goes?
I'm assuming it's some fucking agency that's funded by the federal government to
Nope.
check it. Don't
Nope.
say Equifax
Nope. It sits with the person you bought your gun with
until something happens.
until they deem it's time to throw it away or dispose of it or shred it. It does. There is no national gun registry.
Like the cars. There should be, though. Like cars have a national registry, right?
So here's the bad thing: if cars do have a national registry, they have a state registry. Then the government can come in and tax you like your tags are on your car. How they tax you on your car.
Or like a gun tax?
You can get a gun taxed every year. Then that starts going against your constitutional right of the right to bear arms.
Because you're actually paying
because
the government.
Because now the government is being
taxed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Don't see it settling. Like, the thing is, what's going to happen, let's say Democrats take over everything this next election, right? Which there's a possibility that could happen.
I'm moving out of this goddamn country.
I'm moving with Johnny Depp to France.
Wait, I thought Johnny Depp was supposed to move out when the Republicans took over, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Him and
there was a bunch of
them that all went.
Johnny's like, we're moving to France.
Did anybody say it when?
I don't think anyone
won.
Over? Like, I don't think anyone
no
left
one moved.
when their guy didn't win, or their woman at that time.
So she could be a guy.
What was I going to say though, man? Oh, I lost my train of thought now talking about Johnny
But
Depp.
No, you said the Democrats completely take over everything.
Oh, if the Democrats completely take it all over, they take over the executive branch, they dominate the legislative branch, and they start getting some of these Supreme Court judges kicked out, because that's their plan, I think, because they want to get the last two thrown out still. If Democrats do that, they're going to make a real push to take the rifles, the AR-15 specifically. It might not be just that at first, but they will target that gun as soon as they're in office and try to make it completely illegal to have and to buy. If that happens,
basically they're going to try to make any gun that is matte black and looks
evil,
scary. They're going to try to take it off the market.
And if they do that, man, we're going to be on the brink of a fucking civil war.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's no doubt to my mind. If all of a sudden they decided they were going to do like they did in Australia, and gather guns up, that would cause a fucking war.
Well, it's unconstitutional. There you go. You're just breaking the Constitution.
Well, that's the thing.
That's another thing that everybody argues was written by a bunch of old men back in the, 1700s.
Which some of that I agree with, but
no, that's the Declaration of Independence. When was the Constitution written?
That's the scary thing about this these elections that we're about to 2020 elections are going to be a shit show.
They may ban Clinton banned automatic weapons. There are no automatic weapons
for a while now.
You have to have an FFL. I was going to say there's no automatic weapons in the country, although I shot one last weekend.
Yeah, they did.
You have to have a certain class of license to have one. They're not running around on the streets, supposed to be. But I could see them coming in and banning that look of a gun.
Like an Armalite?
From that
like
point
an assault?
on. Like you can only buy them from this year back. And it's going to cost you an arm and a leg to do it, and it's a complete pain in the ass to buy one. But see,
isn't that going to start Pandora's box? If they go after one, if they decide they're going to outlaw one and make it ban one type of gun, they're not stopping there. I mean, they're just going to use it for more political clout. That's the thing that's so scary about how much identity politics is separating all the issues, the major issues right now. It's like they've got to start reaching across the aisle to have any kind of progress, because right now we're going to get hit by something because we're so tied up in this domestic shit. Like, we're so beating each other up that someone's going to cold cock us pretty soon.
You know that is true. And you know what honestly will happen is, say the Democrats take power and they have all the power to take away these assault style weapons. It's not going to happen, because all of a sudden their pockets are going to be padded by lobbyists, and they're going to be padded thick, and they're going to like that money.
But see, that's the thing.
And
you're
that's another problem.
That's another problem with our government.
Total problem. Well, that's why I say kill all lobbyists. There shouldn't be lobbyists everywhere. Kill all the lobbyists. Get rid of
Well,
them.
there's some cases where
Can you
lobbyists
line
do
the
well,
lobbyists
though.
up and shoot them with
But
their
the
own
thing
weapons?
is, there's some industries need lobbyists, like real estate. Real estate has like if it wasn't for real estate lobbyists, you would not have realtors anymore. That'd be done.
Yeah,
you would
that's
just
true.
bite your homes. You would just buy your homes on a computer, and there would be no realtor involved, and you'd wipe out a whole industry. That's what lobbyists are there for.
So are you now going to nitpick lobbyists of every industry?
That's what I'm saying. You can't just kill all the lobbyists.
I mean, it's so.
It's fucked up.
If you really
That's
break
the thing.
down how this country is ran, like down to a T, it's so fucked up.
That's the thing that's
and
funny.
so screwed up, and there's no
is
end.
when
It's
we're-
the same arguments
It's ex-
over and
you're
over
exactly
and
right.
over and over and over again, and there's no end to it.
That's the thing is that's kind of the thing when I was a kid and Russia finally collapsed. Didn't that scare the shit out of you? Because you're like, those were the guys we were neck and neck with on dominance over the whole world, pretty much. And if their society crumbles and their country crumbles, then you can be damn sure that ours does. And if you think about it, every major, like the Roman Empire, like all the
Every major superpower
has run its course and
British.
crumbled. Yeah, and is completely dissolved at some point. The thing that's scary is when this superpower, like right now, let's say the banking system got taken over and it just completely gridlocked the country and it sent us into a complete meltdown. And basically, what happens to us is what happens into Russia. We have to system shut down. There's going to be about 4 different countries. Texas obviously would be one. But do you think the fucking man in office right now would be like, I'm not going out like this.
And push
Red
the button. Boom.
We're done.
You know, honestly, I don't know if I can say this over the podcast or not. I don't know if this is an opinion, okay? I want to say this. This is just a thought or idea. But I would have faith in the people around him to stop him by any means necessary from doing that.
I don't know. It's a scary thought. But
That if they saw he was going mad
But
like
politics are getting so fucking out of control here, though, and all over the country. All the major superpowers are having some major, especially Europe. They're having just as many issues as we are.
yeah.
But we're thinking Trump, but it keeps escalating. It could be the next president. It could be any president that just loses his or her shit and decides, fuck this. You know what? I'm going out with the legacy
Boom.
of ending it all. Bam.
Well, I'm still into the theory because Hillary hated Russia so much and had so many problems with Russia that if she would have won, we would have been in war with the Soviet Union by now.
I don't know,
Easily.
man.
Because she would have done all sorts of crazy tariffing.
But she was making
bullshit,
rules. She was
shutting stuff
making deals with them with that freaking
up. Was she?
what's it called? Not plutonium 1 or whatever. What's it called? What's that deal she made?
I know what you're talking about. I forgot what it was. Yeah.
It's not plutonium 1, but run for it, Marty.
It's the Iranians.
I thought it was Libyans.
Oh, it is. It's the Libyans.
Run
The
for it, Marty.
The Iranians are more. I don't know. It's very. I watch all these people get hot and heavy about all this political stuff all the time and get so. They're like every post on Facebook is something political and how angry and mad they are about the political system. And I just feel sorry for their lives because you can't focus on that and live a happy life.
Dude,
you can't because it's just the stuff going on is so insanely crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It will push you to the brink of
See,
just losing your mind. And
that's one
I feel
thing
bad.
that has been a positive after my split up with my girlfriend, my ex, was that where I moved into, they didn't have Fox or CNN or anything. They did, but you had to go through Hulu and all. They do, but you have to go through Hulu and all
It's a
that.
pain in the ass to get to.
It's a pain in the ass to get to. And so since I just completely stopped watching, because here's what happened. I don't know if you knew this, but I was completely politically drained from being obsessed with that goddamn Russian collusion for 2 years and keeping up with all that stuff. And after that blew up and it was just it's a big hoax and jack off session is what we're finding out. I'm so drained that me moving out and like getting away and it's just led to one thing to another. I don't even follow any political writers or anything, barely on Twitter or anything like that. And that has relieved a lot of stress because there are so many things that these news channels and these news outlets and websites and all that, if you listen to them, you think we really are seconds away from self-destruction at any given time.
That's half the people that I have now blocked on Facebook.
Yeah.
We're that way. We're about to go to civil war, or we're about to or fuck Republicans, we need to kill them all. Democrats are stupid, we need to kill them all. It's like, you're killing your own neighbor.
Yeah.
You're talking about attacking and killing your own neighbor just because of their beliefs.
Right.
I mean, honestly, it's the same as this person believing in loving a female and that person believing in loving a male, and you want to kill them for that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same.
It's basically the exact same.
That's the thing that's so fucking crazy.
Thought
if you think
process.
About it. Like, people are worried, like everyone's worries and anxieties with other types of people are all fear of the future, like anxiety. It's all about, if people would focus on just their immediate, like themselves at that moment and stop worrying about bad man down the road coming like in the future or getting caught up in what someone did to your group of people or whatever in the past, like it's there, you can acknowledge it, but don't dwell on it because that keeps you from living in the moment. If everyone really decided they were going to break off from psychological time, meaning don't get worried about the future and don't fret on the past. If everyone did that, we would probably have a breakthrough as far as, what do you call it? Like humans would have a breakthrough, like a complete breakthrough, I think. Like, you know how Joe Rogan, he's always saying something really good's about to happen or something really bad's going to happen, but something is going to happen. Mm-hmm. I think if the world as a whole got woke, and I mean, I'm not being facetious like the woke, but like seriously woke the fuck up and started using like meditation and stuff and trying to focus on themselves in that moment and not worry about these stupid worries that we get into on Facebook and all that, I think we would have as a society, we'd have an epiphany and we would evolve almost. It would be like another step in evolution. I really think that, because that's the thing that's so frustrating. Time's
a flat
an illusion.
Circle?
It really is, though. It's an illusion it's a man-made illusion. Time is nothing. It's fucking an illusion that was man-made. So if we let go of all this stuff and just focus on where we're at right now as a human being, and everybody started doing that, it'd be like what do you call it? Russell Brand talks about how it would be almost like a revolution.
Yeah.
A thought revolution. It would change everything. But we're so dug in and so in the ruts, man. It's so sad.
And we've reached a point, and a lot of this is thanks to Facebook, thanks to Twitter, is that no one will sit around and have a conversation anymore. It is, you're fucking wrong, you're a dumbass, you need to die because you're stupid and you don't know what you're talking about. That's all. When you get into any type of argument now on social media, it's immediately that.
Yeah. Oh,
you're stupid. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on. And that falls into the parallel of what you're talking about, is everybody's right on the edge of snapping.
Yeah.
Of completely losing their shit.
And it's because that person's been burned so many times by another person. Like, it's like a domino effect, and everybody's getting on social media and just using it as a negative force.
Yeah.
That's the thing, dude. I bet if you honestly asked someone that was out on the frontier of social media, like worked at Facebook or Twitter or any of these MySpace, if you ask these guys, hey, did you see this coming? And if you did,
Why did you let it happen?
what they would say, one, A, we didn't see it coming.
Yeah, that
Or
would
they
be the
or
big
they
thing.
would say, yes,
Yeah.
we saw it coming. That's why I'm not in the industry anymore.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you they would be like, if you could do it over again, would you do it the same way? I bet you none of them would answer that yes.
Well, I think
They'd
all
be
of
like,
them have
no,
said that.
I would not, because it's out of control right now.
I think all of them have said that. I think even Zuckerberg said that when he was up on
That he would
the
do
Hill,
it differently.
that he wouldn't have let this happen or get this far.
It's insane.
And that all these Silicon Valley CEOs are like, I don't let my children do it.
yeah.
I don't let my children
It's
do
weird
that.
because we created our own alternative reality. Like, we saw the Matrix and we knew the fear, we knew the danger in this because we saw it. That was a good movie.
You think Matrix 4 is going to be about taking down Facebook?
That'd be awesome.
Neo gets in there
But
and he's like, look at me.
Still, as humans, we thought about this. Like, we were like, this is not going to end well. I mean, that's what the Matrix is about, pretty much.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we're headed for, full steam ahead, is putting ourselves in the Matrix, like living in alternative reality.
Yeah.
All these picture apps and stuff that you can, like, change the scenery and put some
Look, I have
freaking
dog ears
bunny
on it.
ears on and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah. Augmented reality is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And it's becoming weirder and weirder and weirder.
Yeah, and it's like,
I don't know.
We're creating a place. We're creating a place to where one day you graduate from high school or whatever, and this guy comes up to you and says, kind of like he used to ask you to join the military. He says, "Hey, have you ever thought about getting plugged in, young man? Let me tell you about the chance of a lifetime. You're just out of school, da da da," and they're gonna say, "Just plug yourself in."
We can jack you in and you can fly a drone.
And next thing you know, there's just gonna be rows of pods
People.
of people just hooked up to the Matrix.
Would you bite a bullet before that?
I don't know. I don't.
Or would you wanna
like
see
if
it?
if
I
it was
wanna see what
forced
this
on
like.
us?
Yeah.
Like if all of a sudden the government was like, "Hey, we got to go in hibernation mode for a few years because there's going to be this terrible virus that breaks out."
Or we're going to require all U.S. citizens to have a data jack installed into their body.
Man.
What do you think that would do?
Well, you've heard about some of the companies that have
are requiring people to put stuff in
chips?
their fingers.
yeah, so their
Yeah.
clock will be
And they can get through doors
Yeah.
and access shit and stuff.
that's a big fuck you.
That's a big. I don't know if
No, that's a big
my,
fuck you.
Now my company could pull some of that shit.
I'm sure you could.
And my company that I work for could pull some of that shit, and that would be a big yeah. No, why don't you go ahead and give me my severance package?
Yeah.
Or why don't you go ahead and give me my
And then you know what they would say
my
to you?
retirement
That's
package,
cool
get on
because
that
we already
one."
got the robots to replace you. So here's your severance
I'd
package.
be like, yeah, but I have a new gun that shoots cool. Will that robot take that?
See, we've come full circle now. Now you see.
Now-
Now you're about to be. You're the shooter now.
I am the shooter against robots. I mean, there's got to be a John Connor somewhere, right?
Yeah.
We
I
gotta-
watched that last night.
You did.
Yeah.
So you got to be taking down the robots.
Skynet.
That's what you got to be scared of. You need to
Yeah,
have
no,
guns
that's
for
the thing. We're
fucking
just-
robots.
That's the thing that's so fucked up. We're still just talking about humans being shitheads. We haven't even got to the fucking robots and AI and assholes that are really going to
Okay.
be able to fucking kill us all pretty soon.
Have you watched? This is gonna be. This is gonna be a weird segue. Speaking of robots, have you watched the new Whitney Cummings on Netflix, where she pulls her sex robot out?
Yeah, and it
That
was
looks
awesome.
Just like her. That was so badass.
Yeah, that was
and it
awesome.
starts talking and doing shit.
I saw all the hype on Instagram and Twitter and all that, and I was like, this is going to be stupid. And then I
was
actually watched
great.
it with Seth. Did you watch the new Dave Chappelle yet?
So that's on our show notes, and yes, and this is we're gonna trickle down. See,
The Netflix.
here's the thing.
Netflix it now.
Helping when I started blocking all the people that are political tyrants on Facebook, it freed up time for me now to
Watch shit.
attack people in other ways, like the post I made last night.
So instead
Because
of
I was
becoming-
tired of seeing people freak out about this goddamn Dave Chappelle special that is pure greatness.
oh, it's badass. I have thoroughly enjoyed it.
It is amazing. I've watched it twice
thing
now.
is
Have you
funny-
watched The Secret Ending?
No, I didn't know there was a secret ending.
So if you watch, okay, I'm going to tell everybody this now because you can't access it through
Netflix.
Netflix straight. You have to watch it, and when you watch the credits, somehow at the end of the credits they forward you to another 25-minute special, and it's all in black and white, and it's him on Broadway working the jokes out. And as he's working the jokes out, he's also doing a question and answer segment with the crowd, and they're talking about everything, and he gets into these stories, and one of them is the whole alphabet joke he goes through. That whole routine was him building it out, and how a trans woman man, I think it was a man that went to a woman, went to all his California shows, and he kept seeing her there. And I think her name was Bridget. And after one of the shows, he came out and she was just sitting at the bar hanging out, and he went up to her and hung out with her, and kind of bounced the jokes and ideas off of her and she's like, none of this has been offensive. I think all of it's funny, and it's all true. And so they but the add-on is very, very cool. Very, very cool. What I'm pissed off about are these fucking snowflakes that are...
Like that work at Rotten Tomato?
That are
The
freaking
critics?
out over it,
Yeah.
or turn it off
Don't watch it.
5 minutes through it.
It's just like he said, you clicked on my head.
Yeah. But you also are writing articles and ranting on Facebook, and you haven't even watched the entire fucking thing to see how it works out. If you are a fan of Dave Chappelle, and I would say you and I are, I've seen all of his stand-ups.
Well, that's the thing. He's always
I've
been
seen
cutting
him
edge.
live.
He's always had some fucking... Like, remember when he did during his show, the Black Klansman?
Yeah, the
blind
Klansman.
Black Klansman. He's always been... He pushes the limits. He always has.
And when's the
So
payoff
he wasn't
on that?
going to change.
No. And if you know him,
You,
and his stand-up, everything is a build-up to a payoff way down the road.
even if it's not some weird-ass payoff, like comedy come back around type deal,
Yeah.
dude, it's his right to be a funny guy and write the types. Like, we're talking about comedy. It's like, get over... Like, the thing that's the most immature are these critics that have refused to review it on Rotten Tomatoes. That's your fucking job. And look at the audience
that is
reviews.
your
The
job.
audience reviews are like
Through
99%.
the
Yeah.
roof.
So obviously we're telling the comedy audience is telling, hey, we're sick of you telling us what can and cannot be funny, fuckers.
Yeah.
So
It is... okay, so...
they're the ones that got egg on their faces, the Rotten Tomatoes website.
On my rant of this is I'm pissed off that people draw these conclusions when they don't watch the whole thing, or at least don't watch how each joke segment resolves itself. And I know each segment resolves itself, and at the very end they all tie in together for his final story, and it all makes sense. But you're not grasping what's going on. And second, the goddamn special is called fucking Sticks and Stones.
Yeah.
You should know that it's going to be brutal. And when he comes out in the first 30 seconds, or it's not 30 seconds, it's within the first 5 minutes, he does those impressions. He goes, I never do impressions, but I'm going to do one. And one was the forefathers signing the Constitution. And the other one was, this offends me. I don't like this. What am I going to do? I can't take this anymore. And then he goes, you know who that was? All of y'all.
Yeah.
And he just points at the audience.
Well, dude,
And he goes off. I was like, oh shit, we're in for a roller coaster right here. This is going to be brutal.
that main the first thing when he said, hey, you're the one that clicked on my face, that's probably the whole reason that Netflix has kept it going, because it's true. If you clicked to watch that Netflix special, you made the decision to watch that. So if you get offended, you get offended. That's your problem. No one else's.
Like, I got into a conversation with Uncle Tony today on Facebook. Jesse's Uncle Tony, which is all our Uncle Tony. And we kind of went back and forth on it. And I've gone back and forth with a couple of other people throughout the weekend that have said, I couldn't make it through it. This bothered me, and I just don't find that brand of humor funny, and blah 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 blah. Well, I've asked them all. I was like, if you were at that show and you paid money to see that show, are you offended enough to get up and walk out? Would you?
No fan of comedy would do that. There's no fan of comedy that would be like, I'm done here.
Would you ever be like? Because I've walked out of concerts, I've walked out on movies, I've walked out on comedy because it's bad. But if I'm at a Dave Chappelle show and I was that offended, would I sit there and fight it out, or would I get up and walk out?
No, if
would
you-
they get up and walk out? And
You would get
every single answer was like, no, because if I paid that much money, I'd sit there and fight through it. And I said, okay, so money talks. Money wins. You just are a hypocrite that you are a slave to money, and money is what's going to keep you around instead of your own conscience and your own being offended. Because if you're really offended about something, when you get up and walk out,
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you get up and give it up,
Mhm.
Okay. Anyway, those are my rants. It's fucking incredible. It's great. Like I said, I've watched it twice now.
The main thing that has really been good from it, from the controversy side, is that for the first time, it is blatant that the comedy following and the comedy fans and people who are really into it are finally saying, we're done with you fuckers making the decisions on what we can and cannot think is funny or hear. And we're done with it. It's over. Like your whole fucking eeny, meeny, miny, mo match, the social justice warriors waged on everyone. I think it's peaked and it's over. Like everybody's starting to stop giving a fuck about the topic, and they just want to laugh. It's the thing that's, I mean, I don't know. Remember when that comedian got shit because he made a joke or something about 9/11? And he said he could do it because his dad passed away.
Yeah, it was Pete Davidson.
Yeah, that was, man. Think about how
And Pete
far
Davidson
we've come since then.
he still makes that joke. He still talks about that. He still makes fun of his dad.
Remember how we thought
He
that
still
was
talks about that
retarded
shit.
back then?
Yeah.
Think about how much, like,
he does
way
it on
down
roast.
the line that it's gotten now.
Yeah.
How it's gotten way more ridiculous.
Well, this special right here, and this was brought up, reminds me of like when Eddie Murphy Raw came out, everybody was shocked and over the top and freaked out. And when Chris Rock Black and Blue came out,
That was awesome.
everybody was, oh my God, that's so edgy and so shocking, over the top. Those are now the gold standard. Eddie Murphy Raw is what everybody references.
That's the thing that's funny is none of that Chris Rock. I haven't watched it in a while, but Chris Rock, and like, if he came out with, but I'll shake the shit out of you, like when he's talking about OJ,
Yeah.
I'll shake the shit out of a bitch or whatever. Like him and Eddie Murphy could not do their routine right now and be like successful with it. They would be killed. They'd get demoralized from, and it's just horse shit. And Dave Chappelle, I'm proud that he's coming up. I'm not changing. Y'all the fucking, I do jokes.
What about
That's what I do.
All of George Carlin's stuff.
Oh my gosh.
And how everybody freaks out and panics and was like, oh my God, this is so out of control. I can't believe this is.
Yeah.
I can't, this
What about
offends
Sam
me and this
Kinison?
makes me. Sam Kinison was all
couldn't do shit these days.
coked up insanity stuff.
Yeah, but
it was
he
great.
fucking, the way he was misogynistic and the
Oh,
way
yeah,
he talked
yeah,
about
yeah.
women and how he loved to
Super.
fuck and all that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he played out his terrible relationships on the microphone in jokingly form. Like you couldn't do that now. Like you could not go down the process. You could not make a stand-up routine about how you went to a bar and fucking got lit up and did a bunch of blow and just saw a woman's insides like fucking all night long. And then some dump, like make it some weird joke. You would be you'd be like, what
I'm taking a shit on her or something.
Yeah. You'd be protested at the next.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh my God, this guy treats women awful.
Yeah.
And it's like George Carlin his stuff was so smart and so edgy and so scary. People freaked out about it. Oh, this is bad. This is terrible. I can't believe he's talking about that. I can't believe he's doing it. It's the gold fucking standard.
Yeah.
His Live at the Phoenix is the gold standard now. Everybody goes back and goes, well, that's one of the best of all times. And Eddie Murphy Raw is one of the best of all times. And I have a feeling that we're looking at one of the best of all time.
Who, Dave Chappelle?
This Dave
Yeah,
Chappelle
fuck yeah.
special is one of the best of all time.
Yeah, because he gives the middle finger.
And in 5-10 years, people are going to be like, that was fucking incredible. And it was a changing point. Because I told you when Jeremy and I went to New York and we went to those comedy shows, every single comic said, they fear for their job because of the audience and the people in the audience freaking out. And some of them even broke it down to being the white females freak them out because they want to tell on everybody, and they want
Bunch of tattletales.
They want to make a big deal, a big stink about everything. That it's always the white female that wants to make a big stink about everything. But all of them said it, and these are pros. We watched pros say that. All of them said it was like,
well, you knew they
we're
were doing it
scared for our
serious
job
when they started
because we
taking
can't be
people's
fun
phones.
anymore.
When they started taking people's phones at shows like Dave Chappelle and stuff, you knew they started getting serious. They're like, "Hey, we can't chance it."
Well, you know what? A lot of that is because, like, the Chris Rock show up north we went to was, the reason they do that is because they're
I know that,
working on a special,
but it's all
and they don't want it to get out.
That's a lot of it. But actually, I would say the majority of it though is because of the shit they say.
And how funny is it in the middle of this special that
That he
someone's
calls the phone went
rings?
off. Yeah,
Someone's phone rings. He goes, and then he references it later and goes, because everybody. You're supposed to turn your phone in, and you're supposed to take it. They take your phone away, and he just kind of looks around, just like,
yeah. And it rang at a crazy ass moment too. It was like in the middle,
like in the middle of something.
some heavy shit.
No, go ahead, and then
Go
he
ahead.
makes fun of the guy. He's like, watch that guy, like his mom just died or something. He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, shit,
We're giving
oh,
him shit.
We're giving him shit, and his mom just died.
My wife's dead. Fuck.
It's great.
There's also
I'm
another
gonna
side.
watch it a third time
Okay.
because I just fucking. It's so.
So I have
Brutal.
heard another side of the argument that I understand though, and it's not as much of a with the problem that we're talking about, but there is different forms of comedy and different types of people and different types of taste in regards to comedy, just like music. So we're all hot and bothered because we're like, how the fuck can you not see this and how it's funny and leave this guy alone? It's just comedy and stuff like that. But there is like some types of comedy where they don't do that, and people like that. Like
the
what's that
Whitney
guy's-
Cummings.
Whitney Cummings has some fucking brutal shit.
But she's not.
Yes.
She's not shocking over the top like this Chappelle was.
My point is this.
The first time I watched the Chappelle thing, I kind of went, "Oh God, this is gonna hurt."
My
But
point is
Whitney's,
this.
I never went like that.
My point is this: that just happens. We shouldn't be in trouble because that just happens happens to be the type of comedy that I'm the most attracted to. The type of comedy that's like, I don't give a fuck what it is. I'm gonna say it if it's funny. Like I can make fun of my own fucking death. Did you see that Twitter post that was going around with that guy that was laid up in a hospital? He had had a disability or something, a disease or something, and he had a rough night. And he starts to tell this story, and your immediate reaction, like Tim Dillon retweeted it or something, who's badass if you like comedy. Anyway, who's doing a show with, our friend Brian Breckenridge is going to do a show with him. So, anyway,
That already happened, didn't it?
oh, it did? I don't think so.
Yeah, I thought that happened like 2 weeks ago at the.
Did it?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it's
Tim Dillon's
September.
awesome.
Anyway, so his Meghan McCain.
Yeah.
is some of the
It was
greatest shit I've
fucking
ever seen.
awesome.
But the thing is, the guy started sounding like he was going to say this sappy story, and he was like, I'm afraid the doctors have realized how big my dick is. My penis is extraordinarily big, and it's continuing to grow. The nurses and doctors don't know what to... That's fucking funny. This guy's laid up in bed. He could be about to die, but he takes the time out to make a stupid-ass, nonsensical Twitter post, a balls and dick joke and fart joke, and that's what I like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
I get the
Cocaine's
group
kicking in.
of people that says that it's just not funny. I don't like that type of humor at all. The people that piss me off though are just like you said, the ones that are the same people that when they see a Facebook post, they don't even read the article or anything. They just immediately rush to judgment and just start posting stuff
Just
and
post shit.
fighting everyone, just wanting to fight.
Go
fight,
through it.
Fight
Yeah.
you, fight me, fight everyone. Fuck you.
It's like let's bring it back around to politics for a second. These climate change people that are always posting climate change articles, and then this week their hockey stick graph got proved that it was wrong, and that everything that they've been graphing for years has been wrong.
I don't even want to go down the climate change.
I don't either, but that's great. I was trying to think of the guy that used to date Amy Schumer. He's on. He's fucking funny, and I can't think of his fucking name.
Bill Stevenson.
No, but he's shocking and over the top, and I can't think of his fucking name. I was trying to find it real quick.
So I got a question for you. This is old news too.
There it is, Anthony Jeselnik.
I don't know if I've seen him.
His thoughts and prayers one is over the top. It's shocking. There's some times where you're like, "Oh God damn." He's done a bunch of the roasts, and he's pretty hardcore on the roast. But his delivery is very dry, and so you're just kind of like, "Ooh, okay."
So are you? Oh man, you gonna sign up for a film class down at University of Texas in Austin?
All right.
That's pretty cool, huh?
That'd be cool. But you think that's got to be full, right?
I took a bunch of film classes at UNT. You know.
Did you have any cool instructors like that?
No, I had one jerk, but then
Yeah.
he ended up loving me at the end of the. Loving at the end of the semester. He hated me at first, but
Do you have any of your old films from back then?
they're supposed to be on file somewhere. I don't know if either Johnson has or my ex-wife has the 3 that I had on tape. But there's also and that was film class. But there's also some stuff that I did in the studio because I had a television set class that I took, and that's supposed to be on file up in Denton somewhere. They have it because that was when they first started putting things on digital, yeah.
record?
And we were like one of the first classes that got that done with our shows. So supposedly I should be able to find both of them. If Johnson has them, that's not happening. If my ex-wife has them somewhere, that might.
Can you get them from her? I'm about to do convert some of my stuff because I found my old high school tape. I'm going to convert some of my stuff digitally and let you guys see it because it's kind of stupid.
Oh, mine's real stupid. Like
I'm open for making fun of it because it's just so stupid.
Mine was stupid, but it was pretty much exactly what you're expecting right now. Like you'd be like, okay, yeah, I could totally see you doing something that dumb.
Especially since I was in Shaft 2 as Guido Calamari.
Guido Calamari? That's
Yeah, that
a
was my
genius name.
That was my name. Real quick, I want to talk about Haltom Theater Saturday night. Went and saw the Methinks. I saw the last 2 or 3 songs of Me Motor Scooter, and then saw Royal Sons. Man, that venue's so nice. You need to make a trip up there, buddy.
Yeah, I told you I'm boycotting the way I was treated.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a bunch of old folks up there. They don't know what's going on.
No, these weren't old folks that I was dealing with.
Oh, it was? Meth heads?
No,
Haltom City meth heads?
I'm not going to say, but
Vietnamese?
let's just say this. Don't flatter yourself, honey.
Is that what was said?
No, it was just
Oh.
the way I was treated was like, ugh, another one of these. What are you going to send me a dick pic? And I'm like, look, I'm just trying to get a show. And what the vibe that I got was, shh, that.
Well, they have, the ranch in there every Thursday, and you got to compete against that.
It doesn't fucking matter. Can I go on a rant?
Go ahead.
I mean, dude, okay,
Let's get on rant.
there's a
'cause
lot of rant
hold on,
here,
let me see
man.
how many more. I've got 2 more rants, I think.
This is going to make me sound like an incel, for sure. But,
I've got to clear up a bunch of
which
stuff
I'm
on the
actually
weekend,
honestly
so go
thinking
ahead.
about doing because,
You've already said it.
yeah,
You're
I'm
giving
done
up
with
everything.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go
You're
monastery.
gonna keep everything at a 4.
at a 4.
You're
Yeah,
gonna keep everything at
my
a 4.
sex life's going to be at a 4.
Everything's at a 4.
Right. I think that's what I'm going to start doing.
Your sadness, your happiness, your
Sex life,
anger, your sex life,
jacking off
your
life.
passion.
Yeah, it's all
It's
level
all a
4.
4. Can I get a little bit
It's
more
like
in
I'm
here, though? Can we get,
Zoloft Matt.
when you enter the temple, can we
So I
get
go
it
like
up to
this.
about an 8? About an 8 or 9?
So I'll go down the list like this.
Well,
This is
I'm gonna
level
talk.
4.
Like we're in a
So-
golf show.
So here's the deal.
And,
The
Marlon's up on.
he's playing guitar right now.
He's
his
got
cape
a-
on.
We're just
His
gonna be
cape
like,
on?
yeah. Marlon, he's hitting 3 right now. He's about 10 feet from the hole. This is an easy putt. Fades a little left to right.
All right. Here's what I'm going to say. Don't take Facebook too serious, and don't take friend requests too serious. No one
that's
gives a
always said.
fuck.
Hey,
Well, I'm talking about the choice of
don't
becoming
take your
friends
band bio too seriously.
Exactly, man. Shut the fuck up. No one's trying to fuck you in your ass. Okay, we get it. You're hot. I got drunk and sent a bunch of fucking Facebook requests out. Don't fucking start thinking that I'm some weirdo and I gotta
Is that what happened with the Haltom Theater?
No,
Oh.
no. Well, kind of similar. Very similar, very similar. But the whole, do I know you? Look, okay. Look,
It doesn't
you
matter.
motherfucker.
I know
don't,
you.
I don't fucking care if you know me or not. I sent you a friend request out of drunken stupidity. I don't give a fuck enough to have a weird ass conversation for you to vet me on goddamn Facebook Messenger.
Let me show you something.
See these awards?
You see this? You see these?
I could have brought you fortune and glory, but no.
Look, we know who you are. You may not know
No.
who we are, but we know who you are. We got people that do research.
Yeah.
Or else we wouldn't have these three.
And here's my thing. If you think I'm a fucking weirdo, block me. I don't need to have a conversation with you and explain why my podcast would like to do a goddamn show at your fucking venue.
That's half empty all the time.
Sorry, that wasn't level 4.
Or 3/4 of yeah, you went way over. Hey, you see these? You see these right here? You see these 3 Super Bowl rings? Do you like them?
So,
Do you like them
the
very-
Super Bowls?
Do you
them
like
very
these
much?
3 awards? Do you
So-
like them very much?
So save us the fucking Inspector Gadget. If you think we're weird because we send you a message or something to try to involve you with the local artist and music and people that we know and shit and get you in the fold, fuck you. Just block us. Who gives a fuck? You don't need to fuck. We don't need to have a goddamn conversation in the middle of my fucking work day. I don't need this. I don't need this shit.
I don't.
That's why I want
You know
someone
what?
else to fucking book us. I'm sick of this shit.
Here's the thing. We have 3 Fort Worth Weekly Awards.
Show them again. I don't think they saw. You know what?
I'm gonna
Do
show
you like these?
Do you like these?
Do you like
3
these Fort Worth Weekly Music Awards?
Do you like these 3 Fort Worth Weekly Music
hope
Awards?
you
Do you
do.
like the work we've done for you?
I hope you do.
To
I
get
hope
these?
you do very much.
Listen, we do this for you. And this is your last week to vote for us to get a 4th one. So get that vote.
You know what?
in.
I don't even fucking don't vote for us. Actually, vote for another fucking
Actually,
podcast.
yeah.
I'm sick of it.
I
I'm
would-
done with it.
I'm totally fine with the 3 in a row. Y'all can.
I do what
y'all
I
can
want,
Totally vote for
okay?
someone else.
I do what I want.
But I'll take another photography one.
If you want to give us free booze, though, there we go.
Because we may have 3 of these, but we still don't have free parking anywhere.
I still got to pay a goddamn cover at every fucking venue I go to, and I'm the one that's putting the show on.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Look how pompous we sound.
It is pretty. You know what?
What's this shit about me paying my tab? I gotta pay for my cocaine too? Fuck!
There is no Easter Bunny. Over there, it's just a guy in a suit. So anyway, at the Haltom Theater tonight was really, really fun. It was really cool. It was a good night. They've increased their lighting, so it makes photography
That's
a lot
cool.
better.
Great.
I got something I want to read. And I want to get this off my chest
The whole
right
show from
like
now
this.
on like this. We're just gonna yell talk the rest of the show like all those northeastern fucking
So I'm going to bitch.
New York podcasts.
You get ready for my
Oh.
bitching, because I'm going to bitch.
Okay, that's enough.
Fort Worth Magazine,
You
who
don't
said...
you don't have to keep doing it, man.
No, I'm gonna do it just for this bit. Fort Worth Magazine, who said we don't qualify to be in their best of because technically our podcast is not in Fort Worth, although it covers shit in Fort Worth, has put out a list of what makes Fort Worth funky. So I'm gonna go to their publication here.
Wait, I thought we do get nominated.
No, that's
for
Fort
that.
Worth Weekly, not
Oh.
the Fort Worth Magazine.
But the best of.
Is the Fort Worth Weekly. The
Right.
Fort Worth Magazine are 2 different entities. One is a free newspaper. This is a magazine you have to pay
Who's
for.
the ones we're friends with?
The Fort Worth Weekly. We're all
Oh,
good
okay.
with them.
All right.
They're the ones who gave us those 3 awards. You want to see them again?
I think we should.
Show them to YouTube one more time. There you go.
And we have an I Was Once Eaten award.
We have an I Was Once Eaten award. We would have a lot more awards from I Was Once Eaten if people hadn't done cocaine off of them.
And trashed them.
And we have a Panthy for the spectacle.
Oh, you know what? Show. Where's our fucking Danzig?
Where have a Danzig Award. We have a Danzig Award. Look, we're award winning.
And we have 2 warrants out for our arrest.
Yes. So, Fort Worth Magazine, not associated
Not
with the Fort Worth Weekly.
Okay. Which is funny because they kind of do, don't they both?
Yeah, they kind of do. I mean, the layouts. I mean, come on. We need some people with some originality in both these fields. They put out a 21 people and things that push our city in different, diverse, and exciting directions. This is what makes Fort Worth funky, Matt. I'm gonna scroll through here. I'm gonna touch a few. We're gonna go to number 2 is local musicians, is what helps make Fort Worth funky.
For sure, I agree with that.
Number 3, Nile City Sound Studio, where Leon Bridges and several of our friends have recorded records.
We agree with that.
I'd like to get the Spectacle in there, but I don't think that's going to happen. Number 5 is Fortress Festival. Number 6 is the music venues. We have quite a bit of great music venues around here. What do you say?
Mm-hmm.
Number 7, let's see. Number 9, Arts Goggle is a great festival.
For sure.
That happens in October of every year, and it's fun. I love that day. Number 11, Art Tooth.
Art Tooth, for sure, yeah.
Art Tooth for sure. Gallery Night, speaking of which, is this Saturday.
Night Gallery?
Not the band. Gallery Night is this Saturday night across all of
Is
Fort
Night
Worth.
Gallery playing Gallery Night?
That would be badass, dude. I think a wormhole would open up. So then number 12, the Brewers and Distillers. I'm going to tap the brakes on this. I think we're getting too many breweries around here. We now have one right down the street from here. That we need to go check out.
I don't mind. I don't mind the breweries, the product that they're putting out, but the little fucking hipster attitude that they put out too.
Like that little fuckhole up at the bar up in Denton that I want to punch his rat tail off.
If I'm coming to your tap room and fucking drinking
These
your
bloody
beer,
knuckles are
you're gonna
for
act
you.
like you know more about beer than me. And I've been drinking since you were a gleam in your daddy's eye.
They probably know how to make it better than you, though.
No, but yeah, good point. But still, you dress better than me.
Well,
you got more wax in your beard than me.
Matt, you're not a hipster.
I know I'm not.
You've grown out of it. You're just
I never was a fucking hipster, dude.
You're out of that time. You're just a metal dude that just like shows up, and
And-
they're like, "Oh, metal dudes don't know anything."
Yeah. Well, guess what?
Well, guess what? I have plutonium #1 in my pocket, fucker.
It's about to be Funky Town.
We're
It's about to be
make
real
this
funky.
real funky.
I hope you do like Funky Town. I hope you do real good.
You ever made a beer out of plutonium?
Cause cha-ching,
I've got it.
a detonator.
So that's number 12 is the Brewer Distillers. Number 13 here is Jeffrey Lord with an E.
Jeffrey Lord with an E. That's not the
our
correct
buddy.
spelling.
No, it's this is the Jeffrey Lord that sings Royals. You can be royal, royal.
Oh, I thought. Yeah, it is.
So our buddy Jeffrey Lord.
I didn't know they
is
were
on this
related.
list. Would you like for me to read this little paragraph?
Yeah, let's hear it, man.
You might have to look twice before realizing Jeffrey Lordy is not James Zandman. I'm going to read it like that through this whole thing.
Okay, go ahead.
The creator of the Keep Fort Worth Funky campaign. After all, both sport impressive facial hair, never expose the crown of their heads, possesses a friendly disposition, and are similarly passionate about advocating Fort Worth as a city on the precipice of artistic greatness. I don't think Jeff Lordy has ever done that. Through his Funky Town podcast, where you can listen to it on Podbeam, Lordy, in as relaxed a style as one could possibly manage, shoots the shit with artists, musicians, writers, business owners, and quirky...
wait 1 second.
Wait, quirky Fort Worthians. So the correct thing is a Fort Worthian.
Or a Fort Worth Corkian.
You may be. Which are in abundance.
Wait.
One more sentence, and I want you to break this down. Similar to the podcast free-flowing style, the podcast doesn't abide by any regimented schedule, but a new one pops up almost
Just
weekly.
their own free will.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Should I play Royals?
I don't know. Yeah, go ahead. Fire it up.
Go ahead.
That's a badass album, by the way.
It is.
Royals is like the worst song on it.
It is. It is actually the worst song on there.
Yeah, I love that album.
So
But,
that's Jeffrey Lordy.
So Lordy, so he does a shoot the shit too.
I guess so. Apparently, he does a whole shoot the shit segment. Wonder where he got that.
I don't think it was him. I think the writer listened to another one where they said shoot the shit.
Oh, their segment's called Shoot the Shit. Well, that's exactly what Jeffrey Lordy does with artists, musicians, writers, business owners, and quirky Fort Worthians.
I think it's awesome that Jeffrey Lordy got a write-up in this thing. But are you ready to move on to the next topic? It's kind of serious. It has to do with our show.
I want to finish this list real quick.
Gotcha.
14 is the Black House.
That's actually really cool too. I enjoy that.
Number
That
15
does
is our
make
buddy
Fort Worth funky.
Tony Green.
Yeah, he's very rad dude.
16, the Night Riders. 17, all the art galleries. We have one of the best art galleries in the country, sitting right down the street.
I'm thinking about opening an art gallery
of your sperm and blood collection.
Jizz art.
Will you play only Jizz Pop in the Jizz art?
Yep.
And then everything else. 21 is Eddie Vanson, who owns Shipping and Receiving, who's basically the developer of all of Southside, who is a really, really cool dude. Nice dude to work with. So it's a pretty good list. Go pick up the Fort Worth magazine. Fort Worth magazine and read about this. And there's another article in here called Roots and Rebels, where they kind of break down what's going on in Fort Worth. And I have disagreements with this after what I saw on Sunday in Dallas. If I can get into that if you want me to, or if you want to yell about our podcast.
Oh, no, it's not a yell.
Oh.
Okay, podcast meeting.
Oh,
right now.
Should I stop the tape?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, people can listen to this.
Okay. This is the way we do meetings now.
What do you think about us doing another topic show? We haven't tried it in a long time.
We could.
Vaginoplast, I think, was the last one.
Well, we still are walking our way through the history of metal.
No, that's dead. It's been a year. It's over.
Well, we could
go back if you want, but that's dead.
What if I have someone to come in and contribute?
That's fine. That's fine. But I'm talking about besides that. That's fine. We can do a history of metal.
Okay.
But what about, I want to start thinking about shows as in, if you hear it anytime, it's going to entertain you and either educate you or something to that effect. Like, I'm starting to think about that type of thing. Like, okay, if someone's to start a podcast, like say you start No Agenda at a certain time. Well, the thing is, that show gets old really quick because they're talking about topics.
Yeah.
They're talking about pop culture and modern topics and stuff. But then you hear a show like
99% Invisible.
Yeah, or freaking Joe Rogan, or like
Joe Rogan can get old really quick too.
It can
fall
because
off.
It's topical sometimes too. But there's
a lot of them are
the best
interviews
ones
with people
though.
Talking about.
But the best ones, the best interviews, like sometimes like that guy from the cartel, that writer for the that was writing about the cartels and stuff.
When he stays focused on that person and that's all it's about, yeah, those are timeless.
Yeah,
you can listen to them at any
if pop culture comes up, it does. Like
it
last
will throw it off
podcast
the
on the
tongue.
left, when pop culture comes up, they talk about it some.
Yeah,
but they'll make jokes and stuff like that. But the main gist of the show is still a topic.
So I have an idea.
Not Vaginoplast Part 2.
No, we just changed the name of the show. You're listening to 97% Invisible. I'm Dustin Schneider. We cut them down by 2%.
And our theme song, we got down to 2. We were going to go down to 4, but we're like, fuck it, let's go down 2 more levels to 2.
We're going to take 2% off. Y'all are 99% invisible. We're 97% invisible.
Oh, I thought I was making a roundabout back to our 4% Matt.
Oh.
So I was like, I
we
thought you were just going to.
You want to call the show? You're listening to 4% Matt.
4% Matt. 4% emotions.
I'm 4% emotions. Well,
where we talk about how you
thing.
can be emotionless.
I would love to. I think when we do pure interview shows, they're very timeless. But then you and I get burnt out on pure interview shows really quick. And we want to just talk about asinine bullshit that is going on. Like you being 4% now and me being completely angry with everything. And about to lose my top. So shows that are timeless subjects that you could just put together take a lot of production time. A lot of production
Yeah,
time.
but I think once you get in the groove, if you pick the topic, you can do the research in 1 week, especially when both of us do it. That's the problem.
That's the problem. You have too
Yeah.
much going on right now. You got to learn corn.
I have
You're
a life.
moving.
I have a life that's
You're
got several moving parts.
You disappear for 4 days. No one knows where you are.
I'm not proud of that.
We don't know.
Oh, there's a few people that knew where I was at.
There's a few people, but
Yeah, I did disappear
did an orgy happen? That's all I need to know. Was there an orgy?
in my mind.
Oh God. Yeah, no, I'm totally down with that. I really like getting people in here that are super, super fucking
Like one of
interesting.
our really cool shows that we did was on the way back from Austin when we talked about the moonlights.
Yeah. And everybody went and researched
Moon
moon
towers.
towers.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
moonlights, moon towers.
Well, maybe we should just do shows when we drive back and forth from Austin. Maybe every Tuesday we get in the car and we drive down to Austin, turn around and come back. And we do 2 shows.
you know what? That's goofy enough that'd probably work.
They probably would.
They'd be like, "Damn, that's fucking sounds
Hey.
fun."
I'm telling you, some of my favorite shows,
Never
and
got
we've only
aired?
done 5
Never
or
got aired.
4, are the greatest hits episodes where we go through and bitch about an album,
Yeah.
a greatest hits album.
Yeah, yeah. Did we ever do the worst Metallica show?
No,
We need to do that. The
we need
worst
to do that.
Metallica.
And we
song
need
show.
to redo the Van Halen one because that was so
but
good.
we got gold. So like, I feel like we shouldn't approach it. It's like Woodstock.
No.
You're not going to be able to reproduce that.
I
Kind
think now we've
podcast
reached
gold.
a time to where we won't remember what each other said or what our favorite song, what your favorite songs were versus my favorite songs.
Jeez,
Because then we made fun of each other for that's your favorite song? What?
dude, that was
So good.
yeah, it was.
And it lasted from Georgetown to
See,
West.
The thing, if we somehow get picked up and some dumbass hands us like $5 million to make this a full-time thing, it's like, hey, quit your jobs. I'm going to give you $5 million right now, and you're going to be cool for like 5 years with this.
How much have you had to drink?
What do you mean?
5 million?
If that happened, then we could seriously do that. Where every Tuesday for like a month, we're like, this
We'd
is the
drive
month.
back and forth to Austin.
Yeah, where we would drive back and forth to Austin and do 2 shows.
Yeah.
And people would probably think that was really good because you would learn about some of the Texas stuff that you don't know about if you've never traveled the 35 to Austin.
Yeah.
Like if you've just flown in for South by Southwest, then there's a good chance that you're not going to know about half the shit that's between here and there that's very interesting and involves our state and involves the like country. SpaceX.
We can go by SpaceX. We can go by and see
You can try to get shot.
Chip Gaines. We can go hang out at Magnolia.
Is that the Chip and Diane one? Chip and Diane.
Oh, I can't remember her name. And then we go by the Branch Davidian compound. We interview those people. I would really like to interview the people that live there still.
I bet you they don't do it. They wouldn't do it.
You know, well, that's probably true because they probably had a bunch of national.
The
people try to
problem
come
is, I would love to do something like that and don't have any problem doing it, but
through. We can do
we
it
couldn't
and
be
not be
funny.
assholes.
that's the problem. We are
No.
assholes.
No, we can do it. We've done at least 10 shows on here where we're not assholes.
At some point during the show, we're an asshole in every show.
No, the Suicide
There's-
Show.
Suicide Show. I bet if you go back and listen to it, I made some bad jokes.
There weren't
At some
any bad
point.
jokes. We were serious on that. We've done. If you're listening, call in and tell us that we've never 682-593-JJTM. No, we've done shows where we can be serious. Totally have.
All right, I'll start booking fucking Holocaust victims
Jesus.
organization people in, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay,
man.
let's quick blow something.
You want to go to the cancer ward?
I gotta
start
clear.
interviewing
I
people?
gotta. If we're on a show where I gotta clear a bunch of shit up because I got called out on it all week. Here's another thing.
What did you get called out on?
One of my other posts on Facebook apparently offended people. Several, because I got lots of text and calls on this. That
I'm listening.
on Friday, I said I feel sorry for any band that releases any music on this day
About the Tool album?
because the Tool album came out,
Yeah.
an album that has been teased for 4 years.
You got your shit jumped for that?
Has been in waiting for 13 years. And I had some locals.
Yeah, probably just kicking in balls.
Well, I had some people say, "Wow, that was really ballsy for you. I can't believe you said that. I can't do it." And then our buddy Richard was like, "You do realize I released some music on that day?" And I was like, "It wasn't aimed at anybody local. Did you know there was a Nirvana album released on the same day?"
It's a funny fact that has to do with Tool.
There,
Tool, one of the biggest metal bands in the last...
ever. That is
20
cross
years.
genre. That has
Yeah.
affected. I know country guys that are like, "Holy shit, there's a goddamn Tool out."
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I still haven't listened to it.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't have my driving audio scene set up right now. So once I took the new position, I've had no radio on.
I think what we need to do is
I mean,
we need to go to the grasslands. We need to set up some hammocks and look at the sky and just jam it. So
I
I
like
got
that
my-
idea a lot.
I got my ass jumped because of what I said by several people. And it was not to offend anybody around here or offend anybody that was working on new music or that is in the studio right now.
Me? I don't
Yeah.
have anything coming out.
It was about national bands like Lana Del Rey released an album on the same day. Nirvana released an album on the same day. Who doesn't look at the BMG release schedule and go, "Oh fuck." That's
I
when
would do that
Tool's
even
gonna
more
put
if
it
I
out.
was a local band. If I was a local band and, like, say I was on the level of Duel, where I know a lot of people are going to hear this album all across the country, but we're still still a local band, I would say Duel is, right?
Yeah.
But knowing that you're going to have listeners, like, because Belvedere, he sent that to several people that from different parts of the country that he just thought were cool bands, like that one that he turned me on to. I can't remember the name, but I would think as a local
made a
band,
lasting impact.
no, it was really good music actually.
I
But
know you're
anyway,
talking
that if I was a band like that, I would watch out for that. I'd look at the release dates on BMG
And make
see when-
sure that
Yeah.
a fucking Tool or a
It's not going to drop the same day as what I'm doing.
I mean,
especially
okay,
Tool.
This is a band that hasn't released an album in 13 years. It's been anticipated for 4 years. There's been all sorts of articles written about them across all genres. I know on the night before and the day it was released, there was 3/4 of my feed on Facebook
was Tool.
Tool,
Yeah.
Tool this, Tool that, Tool that. Oh my God, this album, blah, blah, blah. This album sucks, blah, 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 blah. So if you're going to release something, why do it the same day as if you're a major label artist?
Yeah.
Why do it the same day when something like this coming out? Are there any other bands you can think of right now that you would be intimidated to put an album up
Led
against?
Zeppelin.
If they just suddenly said, "Hey, we have a new Led Zeppelin album coming out."
I would not put my album out that same, or just even
A
in
new
back
Pink
in the,
Floyd?
back in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I'd be like, whoa, no, we're not doing this
But
the
I'm
same release
today,
date.
are there any other bands you can think of?
Like modern bands.
At one time,
I'd stay
I
away
would say it
from,
was Metallica. I don't think so anymore.
I would definitely stay away from Tool.
Yeah.
I would stay away probably from
It's just because there's so much.
what type of music am I
weirdness with
doing
that.
here?
Any type of music.
If it's
a
my bands,
I guess like if a Garth Brooks put something out, I would probably stay away from that.
no.
Country wise, why not?
Oh, if you were in a country band.
Yeah, if I was a country band.
But if you were
it's
in
all-
Drag the Ocean, you wouldn't be worried
Yeah, I
about a
wouldn't be worried
fucking
about it.
Clint Black.
no,
album
because
release.
well, Garth Brooks.
But you
is-
might be worried about a System
he
of a
does
Down
crossover
release.
a lot. Not really.
I don't know, man. If System of a Down put out an album, and I'm not saying
Look, I'm the
it's
biggest.
comparable to talent wise to Tool, but still, you got to remember that what the masses are going to be jonesing
Grabbing.
for, yeah. There's going to be a lot of people that listen to your Drag the Ocean band that also listen to System of a Down that are going to be consumed by that System of a Down album because it's been so long since it came out.
Look, I'm the biggest Nine Inch Nails fan in this room.
You wouldn't release it on that, or you would?
And that wouldn't bother me. I'd release our album on the same day a Nine Inch Nails album came out. I wouldn't be.
Well, then
I
now you're
wouldn't stand
starting
off from that.
to. Well, now you're starting to get into your own argument.
No,
Because
I'm
I
trying to
wouldn't.
figure out. Like, I would not do it on a Tool on an album that's been anticipated for 13 years.
I would go a step further and not do it on a major release of a band that's anywhere close to being that's going to take some of the people that might be into my band, that genre. Like it would
What
be
about
like
that,
I would
like that Nirvana record that came out is their Live and Loud
okay,
show,
yeah.
and it's their best live recording they've ever done. Would you release up against that?
Yes.
Yeah, that wouldn't bother me.
Because that's going to be something that someone listens to once and they listened to it before and they're going to kind of move on to the next
But
thing.
what if Metallica releases Unforgiven
Brand new
3,
album?
Death Magnetic 2?
Nothing.
Would you put your band's album up
As I
against
try to
that?
squeeze a zit on YouTube
That's weird.
while I'm doing a podcast.
Would you release your album up against that?
No one should even play music on the face of the earth if Unforgiven 3 is being released.
It's true. And then what if Korn releases Follow the Leader 2? Would you release your album up against that? A Korn record? That was one of the biggest new metal bands.
I think I would. I think
You would?
if I had the style of music that I would be playing,
We're just talking metal here. 'Cause
yeah,
I'm just
pretty
hitting
sure
metal.
I'd be okay with releasing it on Korn date. Because I don't think the Korn heads are that were ever
Gonna listen
were
to
ever really
I Was
heavily
Once Eaten?
into I Was Once Eaten or any of the bands I've ever been in.
Faith No More.
Out. Because
You're out?
I would be like I'd be like I don't
Consumed with it.
yeah, I wouldn't release anything around Faith
Well,
No More.
And I'm trying to think. I think Muse released a record on the same day that Faith No More record came
What
out.
about Radiohead these days? If
Well,
you're
I mean, it's been said that I Was Once Eaten
No.
is the next
I
Radiohead?
thought it was,
Question mark?
I thought I Was Once Eaten was wait. I thought did one
It says
one periodical
One magazine
said
I Was Once Eaten,
the next
period.
Pink Floyd.
the next Radiohead? Question mark.
Yeah, and then there was another publication that said I Was Once Eaten, period. The next Pink Floyd? Question mark.
Question mark. Oh, that was so great. And we're like, what?
It should have
doesn't
been.
even make sense.
We should have
Why-
made flyers like
We
that.
should have. The next. Hey,
I Was Once Eaten, period. The next Beatles? Question mark.
we'll see what happens after Halloween. There may be some news coming down the pipe. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. There could be. So the new Tool record, I need you to listen to it before we talk about it.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of people love it. There's a few people that are like, these are 50-year-old guys in the studio jacking off.
Which could be the case.
Could be
but
the case, but
don't judge.
to me, it's Tool doing Tool. And like what I got into an argument with another guy on a music forum was like, or a music page was that I know. And it wasn't an argument, it was more of a discussion. I was like, it's Tool doing Tool. What'd you expect? Old Town Road Part 2? They're not going to change up anything. They're doing what they do and what they've always done. And what they do is pretty fucking cool.
What?
So
How trippy would that be if in the middle of a Tool album,
it's Old
all
Town
of a sudden
Road
Old
Part
Town
2.
Road starts?
Gonna take me down, all down the road.
That'd be
Amazing.
You know how many people would have to go check themselves in to shrink like the psych ward at a hospital?
Me?
Yeah.
I'd be like, what is this? So, speaking of that, real fast, Trent Reznor's up for a CMT award, or a country music award.
What? Tell me about this.
He's credited for Old Town Road because it's Ghost 34.
Oh, that's
the
right.
sample.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Ghost 34 is the main sample to the entire song, and since him and Atticus have the writing credit on it, when it got nominated, they had to put Trent and Atticus in there so they could win a country music award. Technically speaking,
It's funny.
that is funny. He posted something on Instagram the other day of him and Atticus in cowboy outfits, photoshopped on cowboy outfits. It was pretty funny. So
We should do that. We should do a photo shoot of us totally decked out in fucking
Let's do it.
shit Kickerville look.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We can go down the stockyards and do it.
Just be like
Hey.
red dirt country
Hey.
looking.
We can do it, Billy Bob's.
Good.
We should. All right, so there's we're 30 minutes from the end, but I want to talk about a couple things we didn't talk about last week. One of them being all the Star Wars stuff. We didn't have a chance to talk about it last week.
Yeah.
How you feel about this? Did you see this trailer part 2?
No,
Electric Boogaloo.
I've not.
You haven't seen it?
Mm-mm. I'm still trying to bust this zit. No, man, I tell you, I went fucking on a hiatus in the middle of the week last week.
How do you... This
sabbatical.
was before...
I just
This
hadn't
was
got to
before
it.
the middle of last
I
week.
haven't
This was
gotten to-
before you disappeared for 4 days.
I am in a state of flux, media flux, everything, radio, television, film, the whole thing, porn. I'm in a flux.
Wait, you're not caught up on porn?
Now I'm in one of those in-between phases where I don't know what my favorite is right now.
All right, so I'm going to play this for you. I don't know how loud this is going to be, but this is for you, Matt. This is for you. Let's see. Oh, it's not loud at all.
Oh,
I want to see.
Road.
No, I want to see your reaction to this.
I've seen this.
Well, this is the trailer I was talking about. Okay. So did this one get your pants hard? Use the microphone to talk to me. It helps.
Well, I was keeping it away in case I break down crying.
I love you. I know. Dude, that audio sounds like asshole.
It does.
God, that's so loud. Anyway. So the trailer, they're going through all the old movies, including the prequels, and they're showing dramatic scenes. And they're showing scenes from 7 and 8. And then at the end of 8, they show new scenes from 9. Why does this sound like dickhole? I don't know what happened over here. That's freaky. Why does C-3PO have red eyes? Is he satanic? I'm going to have to edit all this in,
What do you mean?
the audio.
Oh.
And look, Rey has a double-bladed Sith lightsaber.
I told you she's going Sith.
So a lot of
Going to
a
the
lot of
dark
speculation
side.
of this
Not Sith.
is that that's a Force stream.
What do you mean?
That much like when Luke went to Dagobah the first time he confronted Darth Vader, cut his head off, the helmet opened up, and it was him inside the helmet in Empire Strikes Back. Well, a lot of people think that that is what's going to happen there. That's a Force dream where she's going to be fighting herself, and herself has a double-bladed Sith lightsaber. The other speculation is that she does go dark and Kylo goes good. They flop roles, but then you have a 3-hour movie to get this done in. So how I don't see a story arc where that happens, where she goes bad and he goes good.
The only reason that I think the latter would be the make more sense is I don't think that Abrams is going to do that. I don't think he's going to do a reissue of an idea.
Well, when does that happen?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think. Okay, no, I'm not talking. I'm talking about the
Force stream.
The Force stream. Yeah, I don't think he'll do that. I think it'll be a unique.
So you think she's really going dark?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. I think it's also part of me wants it to happen. Like
There's another
You know what I mean?
speculation is that the way everybody sees that and the way she's acting in that scene, and it's like you're looking at 3 seconds? Is she standing there and she flips the lightsaber around? Is that she's acting robotic, and people think that maybe she's a clone, or that's a clone of her. And the entire time, the reason we don't know who her parents are, what's going on, is because the Rey we know through the
There's
last
so
two
much-
movies is a clone.
there's no
Is a
reason to
Force clone.
speculate because what if it's this? What if she's in disguise and is in an area and that's when she's like, psh, like she breaks her disguise because she's ready to fight whoever she needs to fight. whether it be
when,
Kylo Ren.
if she broke her disguise, when her lightsaber would be blue, because all the, according to
See,
canon, is that all the crystals revolve around what type of
then if that's the case,
Jedi or Sith you are.
So if you pick up the same lightsaber, if you pick it up, it's gonna either be red.
No, it won't change.
Then what are you talking about then?
When you construct your lightsaber, you construct it with a certain crystals that are supposedly balanced for you, that are balanced towards your style of what
Okay,
Jedi
gotcha.
or Sith you are. But almost all Sith are red. There are black. There is a black lightsaber, and there is a dark, deep purple lightsaber that is Sith, and a white Sith. So,
I don't know. I'm not gonna think about it too much because I have 7,000 things going on in my head.
no, I need you to think
have
about this,
demons
and
in
I
my
need
head.
answers next week. Did you see the Mandalorian trailer?
Yeah. Do you have that streaming service yet?
No, it doesn't start till November.
So they're not even. That's going to be the first run of the streaming service too.
Yes,
So you
and
can't
they
even get it right
are
now.
they are not going to release it all at once like Netflix does with their series TV shows.
They're gonna
One a week.
do like HBO.
They're gonna do it one a week, which
Sucks.
I think it kind of sucks. I'm used to this watching everything at once, or if I want to watch it at once.
Last week, did I get into? I finished Stranger Things season 3.
I have not even started it. What'd you think of it?
Man,
I've seen the
first
highlights
part of it-
but
the first part of it is very annoying because you're like, "What? Did this turn into a sitcom? Like that's what we're doing here? It's just a sitcom."
is there a laugh track
It could be
like
in
the
some of
Brady
the
Bunch?
stuff. The I don't know. I'll let you watch it, and we can have a show about it if you'd like. Actually, we don't need to have a full show about it, but it's I don't know. I liked it better than the second season,
Have you
but
started Mindhunter?
well, I mean, I finished the first season. I haven't started the second season. I was going to do that tonight, actually. I was hoping we'd get out of here 10, 20 minutes ago, and I'd go home and get to watch TV.
Well, when have we ever got out of here early? That's
Sorry-
almost like
sorry
a
about my
TMZ
boner.
thing.
Sorry about my boner.
The new Mindhunter is wild.
Yeah, the first one was wild.
They go in and they get to talk to Manson this time.
I also finished. Did I tell you I finished True Detective season 3 too?
Oh, you did?
Yes.
And?
Meh.
What?
Yeah, manned it. I don't know. I don't know if it was the.
It's
I just
not-
couldn't like.
Oh.
I was so ready for that series to be over. I was like, I don't know what it was about it. Something just bugged about it. It was not. It was right there, even with the second season. To me, it wasn't better. It wasn't worse. But I was so ready for that damn series to be over. Like the last 3 episodes, I was like, this is so predictable. Nothing got worked out. This is all dumb. This was a big runaround, much to do about nothing, and
It's like I don't even know who you are anymore.
I miss Russ.
That role will never be
Yeah, Russ Cole, man, I need him
done
back
again.
in my life.
That's the apex. That will never.
Yeah, they blew their load on the first
They
season.
totally blew their load.
Yeah.
And well, they should have brought him back.
I'm going to put it this way. This is going to sting. Okay, so be ready.
Oh God, am I going to be angry again? I'm already.
I'm thinking
angry.
about pulling the plug on it.
Oh,
That's 2 mediocre seasons. And you can say that I'm caught up on that first season just too much in my life.
you are, because I thought 3 was pretty close to 1, and I went back and watched 2 again.
2 is not bad.
2 wasn't bad,
Mm-mm.
especially if you can buckfuck someone's dad on their front lawn
With the corpse of their dead mother.
their dead mother. Whatever it was, the most over the top thing to say to a 10-year-old.
After you... Was it before or after he beat the shit out of his dad, too?
He just beat the shit out of his dad and then grabbed the
freaking
kid
out,
and
and he
told
says
him.
one of the best Colin Farrell lines ever.
Ever.
One of the best lines on TV.
You ever see? Never mind. Oh shit. Have you watched? I know you're now saying you have no news channels to watch, but have you watched any of this footage or seen anything about the hurricane? What it's done in the Bahamas?
On Twitter. Yeah, it looked like a nuke went off down there, man.
I don't even understand how that's inhabitable ever again.
It's not going to be for a while.
What do you do with the cruise ports? Send them to Cuba? Oh, you can't go to Cuba
I don't
anymore.
think it was but the main port. It wasn't by Nassau or any of that shit, right?
Oh yeah.
Like it was a different part of the Bahamas. I don't know.
Why can't?
Did you hear that guy that
I
was
wish it
on
would have been Nassau.
Did you hear that? Me too. Did you hear that guy that was I don't know if it was on TikTok or if it was on fucking.
What is TikTok?
Oh, that's where all the kids are at these days. You don't
Is
know
it like a
about that.
Snapchat? Can I get
It's
dick
do like
pics
music
sent to me?
videos and shit.
Can I get dick pics?
You have to check it out. There's some funny stuff on
Unsolicited?
there. I'll show you a funny one after this.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have a TikTok app on your phone.
No. I'm just doing it to keep tabs on my girls, man. And by girls, I mean my daughters. Just trying to keep tabs on them.
Can you see
Make sure
what's
that they're
sent to them? What if they get unsolicited dick pics? What do you
So
do?
anyway, we're getting sidetracked here. What the hell is it? Man,
Have you had
see
that
what I
talk
did
with
now?
your daughters?
See what you did? Now I'm derailed from what
Now
I was
I'm
going
being
to talk about.
I want a serious conversation. Have you ever had that talk with your
About
daughters?
TikTok?
Unsolicited dick pics. Like,
Yeah, I've said fucking guys are horrible. Don't do anything to...
have they ever said
like-
that? Like, they're young. Have they ever
Yeah,
said that they've got them already?
There's been requests, like, one of my daughters said she has a funny joke that's like, "Can I see your bubs?" And she says that that used to be the thing, like, all the time. They'd be like, "Hello, you look pretty," on Snap or one of those things. "Can I see your bobs?" And they meant to say boobs, but they said bobs. Let me see your bobs.
Can I see your bobs?
Anyway,
But I'm saying in
wait,
reverse.
what was I thinking about, though? I had a good thought, and now...
I don't know. I'm trying to do a serious conversation, though, about unsolicited dick pics.
We already talked about unsolicited dick pics.
Does that happen in...
Yes, it happens on everything. It happens on everything.
Does it happen in school?
I've even heard about... What? Yeah, fuck yeah. With the
Is it?
airdropping? Hell yes, it happens in school.
But now we go back to the conversation. Is that illegal?
When a kid does it, I would
Yeah.
assume that it's going to be illegal.
A kid to a kid, is that illegal?
I think any unsolicited dick pic these days
No.
is illegal.
Take the law that just passed out of the equation. Is
If
it
it one-
illegal
if
because
one
it's
kid-
underage?
If one kid sends a dick pic to another kid, or if an adult sends one to a minor.
No, kid to kid.
Kid to kid, I mean, well, now
Is
because of
that
the law,
illegal?
but I don't think it's illegal back like before. Like if you send a dick pic and you're just in high school to a girl,
Well, back then
or
it was
vice versa.
Polaroids.
Yeah,
I mean, we didn't have digital stuff. Or we'd put it on the Xerox machine. Did you ever Xerox your butt and then...
mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did that. Xerox our butt and then
I wish I
hand it
could
out to
remember
people.
the train of thought I was going down. I'll have to rewind the show and listen to it and then punch me back in.
Can you...
Start cutting and pasting
we're
our
gonna,
whole
we're
show.
gonna punch in an edit real quick?
Yeah.
We put a secret edit in?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was.
Can we do that sometime?
Yeah, cut and paste show.
Let's
That'd
do
be
a
cool.
cut and paste show. That'd be fucking crazy. It'd make people insane.
It'd make us insane because
It
we'd have to listen
totally
to
would.
start a conversation and go back and,
And then
listen
cut, paste, push, bring a conversation back, and then push it
to like
forward.
like a
That'd be
Tarantino a podcast.
Oh, it would be.
Jeffrey, Lordy, you do not do that, Lordy.
Yeah, we don't want to hear about your shoot the shit segment
Yeah,
in another magazine.
yeah,
and,
we don't want to hear that.
I guess that's it. The last thing I wanted to hit on you was, did you see that China's lunar rover found something?
That's what I wanted to say. Okay, wait. Can I rewind?
Yeah,
Can
rewind.
you punch me
Rewind.
in?
Let me punch you in. Hold on. In 3, 2, 1. Go ahead.
All right. Did you see that guy that was? I think he sounded like he might be from the Northeast. I don't know.
That's racist.
And he was talking about dropping a bunch of ice on the warm waters of these hurricanes so they'll lose strength. He's like, we got Navy ready to do anything.
Well, you know, Trump got attacked for that.
Because he said he was
He was
thinking
going to
about
drop nukes.
It's so funny.
But
Poor Trump can't make a joke at all. He
but
can.
That was actually a scientific thing from like 30 years ago. They were trying to figure out how to displace hurricane force winds abruptly.
Yeah.
And the whole theory
But that's
was
not
we
what
could
he
drop
was
a
doing.
nuke. No.
He was making a dumb joke. Why don't we just drop a nuke? And I've got a plan, ladies and gentlemen. I have a plan. Let's drop a nuke in the middle of the beautiful big hurricane. And everybody's like, ha, ha, ha. And then one motherfucker was like, this dumbass actually thinks that he wants to drop a nuke into a hurricane.
Oh my God. It's like when Reagan said he was about to bomb
Yeah.
USSR.
Yeah. He can't say anything. It
No.
goes over like a fart in church.
But that was actually, like, everybody's like, oh my God, that's the dumbest fucking thing ever. Hasn't he ever, blah, 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 blah.
Doesn't he know
You
the
know-
quantum physics and how they work?
That scientists actually wanted to attempt this years ago. Drop a nuke on a hurricane and see if it would disperse the wall and push the winds out enough to stop the hurricane dead in its tracks out in the middle of the Atlantic, away before it attacked. This was an actual theory that was going to be done.
Yeah.
But no,
Well, they're still aren't they? They're still talking about technology to shoot meteors, right, with a nuke to set it off course and stuff.
They're going to send Bruce Willis up there with his drill team. It's got Steve Buscemi and pretty boy, what's his name, Ben Affleck.
I don't think it was a drill team.
They
I think
were.
it was
they
an
were
oil
off,
field.
They were an offshore.
That's
oil
not what they
well
call
drill
those
team.
people. Those roughnecks.
They're
and stuff.
roughnecks.
Yeah, they don't call them drill teams.
Well, you know, it's not like they're a dance drill team or whatever, but
Sounds like a porn. Drill team goes to save the world.
drill team on an asteroid 9, junk in the trunk.
Drill team unsolicited dick pics. What?
What? What? So China landed a lunar rover
Yeah, I
on the
hadn't heard
dark
about
side of
this.
the moon.
Yeah,
And it's been cruising
find
around.
the Nazis.
And there's some weird thing I cannot wrap my head around it. If anybody can explain this to me, feel free to email or call the show 682-593-JJTM. That the way lunar days work is this Land Rover on its 7th lunar day, which is like between August and September or July and August or some shit like that. It came across some it went by a crater, and inside the crater was some blue goo or fluid or whatever that was translucent, and they weren't sure what the hell it was.
You
So
sure it was
they
blue,
were-
or was it a light grayish white that just looked blue because of the reflection of Earth?
like Neil Armstrong jacked off into a crater before
He's
he
just
took off.
sitting
It's been sitting there for years. No, it says they were preparing to shut things down. They were looking at the images of the area surrounding the lunar surface, and then there was a material sitting in the bottom of a crater, in a small crater, that had a weird blue luster to it. And they were going to go check it out, and that's pretty much where it sits. A lot of the scientists and researchers think that it's melted glass created from when a meteor hit the moon,
Mhm.
and it was so hot that it made all the space dust turn to
So
glass. But they're not 100% sure, and they're going to go check it out. But this blue goo, it may be the stuff in the Nutty Professor that'll make us dunk like crazy. It could change the way the NBA works.
blubber,
Blubber. Is that what it was? Was
flubber,
Flubber.
It was flubber.
Could be
Blubber is
flubber.
well fat, isn't it?
Could be flubber.
Could be some flubber.
Could be flubber.
So I had a thought. Oh, while we're on the space topic,
Oh,
I don't know if you read this story.
super gay.
Did you hear that they have the first possible crime committed in space?
Rape?
No,
Space station?
no, it has to do with fraud. Like someone opened an account while she was up there in the space station.
So
There's
someone's
actually
in
gonna
a
be a
space
crime.
station and someone on ground stole their identity?
I think it was vice versa. They're looking at the astronaut, and for the first time ever, there might be a crime that was committed in space.
She committed the crime up
She
there?
committed the crime up there, down here. It had to do with, if you want to Google it real quick, and we'll punch you in. Get you punched in, man. You just want to
How-
go ahead and read it.
How?
It had to do with
You're a fucking astronaut in a
she
space
was doing
station.
some kind of
You're
account.
doing
She
the
was working
coolest
an
shit in the
account
world.
for either someone that had been deceased, like she was pretending to be someone else from space, in regards to her personal finances or something like that, or it had to do with some kind of fraudulent shit. Yeah, look it up, man.
Why?
Why? I don't know.
No, you're an astronaut doing really cool shit that
Do you
no
need to
one
be
gets
committing
to do.
fraud?
Why do you need to commit fraud?
And why do you need to do it from space? I thought we sent you up there to shoot blue goo everywhere.
Yeah, in moon
When the-
craters.
Yeah, we didn't pay for this.
We didn't. We're not paying for you to open up fraudulent accounts.
Yeah. We don't need you up there sending emails to people about how you need $10,000 to get some royalty, like some money to a royal family or some shit like that.
Well, if we're going to talk about fraud, if we go back to the hurricane real quick, I want to say
It's not real?
No, yes, the hurricane is not real. What you're seeing is not real. No, when stuff like this happens, of course, when you're watching the news or you're watching some of the news channels, they'll put up like little phone numbers like text.
Yeah, watch what you do.
Text support or text,
Yeah.
love to
Matt.
099090 and
Text
we'll
love to
automatically
817-637-7892.
we'll automatically send $5 to the Red Cross and blah 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 blah.
With money.
But I want you to remember one thing.
Jesus loves you.
No.
Blankets or water, just send your cash.
You're sending your cash.
Like George Bush.
People want to send blankets or water, just send your cash.
Hey, George, I'm thinking about sending some food or some water. What do you think?
Hold on. I'm going to change this out. I'm going to
Okay,
see if this
wait.
works better. Let me see if this works better.
Can I ask the question of George, though?
Yes. Hold on. You can ask it to him one more time. Let's see if this sounds better.
Ready?
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. President, George, love you. Big fan. I was thinking about sending some blankets and food and water.
Sorry about your mom and dad. Oh,
George?
Nope, he's not there. Motherfucking George.
George?
George?
W?
George?
Hey, Dub.
George? Hey, Dub.
J-Dub.
J-Dub.
Hey, George Dub.
George
J-Dub.
Dub. George W.
G-Dub.
Where you be at? Where you be at?
G-Dub. G-Dub, you ready?
Where you at, George?
He turned into a monster.
He did. I just here. Let's do it one more time. God damn it! I gotta figure out why this audio isn't working. You ready? Ask
we're
him
ready?
again.
Oh,
Ask
okay.
him again. Ask him again. Ask him one more time. Ask him one more time.
Hey, G-Dub.
Yeah.
I had a,
Oh, I'm not G'd up.
well, I mean, I guess you could be.
No, I'm just the guy.
Hey, G-Dub.
I'm the here going.
G-Dub.
You're gonna tell me to
It's very
shut up,
confusing.
and Stevie Wonder's gonna be confused. Shut up.
So, Mr. President G-Dub, I was thinking, what about bringing, like, sending in some blankets, some water, some food. What do you think?
I know a lot of people want to send blankets or water, just send your cash.
What about the food?
Well, so you don't need anything. You just need cash, and remember that cash. What was the final total when it came down to it? I think they said the Clintons kept 85% of all the cash that was supposed to be sent to Haiti.
Okay, why are you starting this with people?
I'm not starting this with any. I'm just saying it's out there. Go read it.
I got another one. Hey, Mr. President, I've got another question. I was
he's
thinking
really
of-
distorted right now, like he's coming through a drive-through. We need to figure
Yeah,
out what's
well,
going on
pretend-
with that. We might need to ask him next week.
Hey, George.
Can I get some fries with that order?
No,
Blankets or
he
water,
I was,
just send your cash.
well, I was thinking about sending an 8-ball
Whoa.
and a sack of weed. What do you think, George?
I don't know.
As you're
about
in
that.
the McDonald's drive-through.
It's just
What?
cash.
Welcome to McDonald's. This is Matt. How can I help you?
Can I just get some cash?
You're supposed to play it then.
Hold on, I'm looking for something. Stop.
Trying to clean it up?
I'm trying to clean it
No,
up.
let's finish the show. Don't stop it. We're done.
I'm gonna have to punch this
6
in. Punch
minutes
me
over.
in real quick.
You gotta punch yourself in.
All right. This weekend. I don't know what's going on, so have fun. Enjoy
All
life.
I know what's going on Friday night. And then
What's Friday
Saturday. Friday night, we have a date.
Oh yes, we have a date Friday night. If anybody wants to come out and hang out, there will be. The Drag the Ocean will
Can't
be
do that
going through
anymore, dude.
a corn show.
You can't just throw that out there.
We'll be doing a corn practice. You got to figure out where we're practicing at, and then you can come hang out. And what else? Saturday is, I know what Saturday is. It's gallery night.
Yeah.
That's gallery night all over Fort Worth. But you and I will be at Gojira. And
Is that this Saturday night?
Slipknot.
That's this Saturday?
Yes.
Fuck. I'm never going to get a break.
You're never going to get a break. Gojira and Slipknot, we're supposed to go cover that. We'll see what happens. Maybe you can talk to... Who's your buddy, the lead singer of Slipknot?
Corey Taylor.
Yeah, you get to see
Say
him
hi to him again.
Be like, hey, can I get you some water?
No, that wasn't he. It wasn't the water. You got him confused.
Can I get you some water?
Dave, that was the dude from which have you seen the new
Wait,
video that's
which
got a
one was
whole
the
montage?
asshole?
That was Corey Taylor that we almost
Corey
fought.
Taylor was the asshole.
We almost got in a fight.
You nearly fought him.
Yeah, like Mayhem was like, "Get the fuck out of here, Stubbs." You're like, or he called me Papa Smurf at the time.
What? Why did you almost fight Corey
Because
Taylor?
I had a friend that was in front of we were both in the main control room.
Okay.
And we were sitting there, and she had her back turned to him. He was coming in to promote Stone Sour and do a few acoustic songs.
A spare band.
And my friend was in the way, and he was like, "Could you get the fuck out of the way, you fucking cunt?" Like that.
Whoa. He said that to a
Yeah.
female?
Yeah, to a female. And I was like,
What?
Whoa. I was like, what? Dude, you don't
He
come in
dropped
here.
the C-bomb?
Yeah. He like
On
full
a radio.
what the fuck? No. It wasn't on air.
No. But
In the
still,
radio station,
you're doing an appearance,
And he came with that.
and you're at the place, and he just dropped the C-bomb
Yeah.
when he's there to support
His
shitty band.
Yeah, he started bitching. He said that to her, and I was like, dude, you don't just come in here acting like you own. And then right when we started mouthing a little bit. That's when they're like, oh, you got to go. You need to go down the employee.
What a dick cheese.
The cargo elevator and take a smoke break. Yeah, it was weird. It went to 0 to 100 real quick.
I had words with Mick at NAMM.
McMars?
No, Mick, the guitar player, the one that wears the steel face one. I just said, "Hey man, how's it going?" He's like, "Hey man, how you doing?" That was our words. We had words.
Yeah,
he was cool.
Yeah, and then I also didn't like
Doyle
when
was
I was
cool,
working
too.
for them. When I was working for the station that shall not be named anymore. They
the one that rocks.
Yeah. Another thing they did that I thought was fucking really stupid. This was when they first got huge, so I guess they were still blue jizz on the moon. But they
That's a punchline now?
Yeah.
Is blue jizz on the moon?
Yeah, they would come out and take pictures with it was back when kids still had disposable cameras and stuff, so they would have someone come out like Clown came out or someone took some pictures and stuff.
Whose daughter just died.
Every single picture he took, he made sure that his head was down. Like he had our security and their security going through and making sure that kids didn't take pictures when they weren't supposed to, and when they did take a picture, he had to have his head down, face down, or his hat over his eyes.
So they didn't see the face.
So they didn't see his face.
I always thought that was shitty. Like when they did the second album, they were in the studio, and like no pictures were taken without their masks on.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if
gives
you're
a
going to do
fuck?
that, if you're going to have that kind of rule and that stupid shit, then before you come out, put your mask on. Don't make it a burden of the fans to.
You know, we talked about this.
What about our mask? What we're going to do?
About a band where we're in costume where no one knows who we are.
Yeah, I want to do it.
And
We're going to have to address this, aren't we?
we're going to have to address this issue.
Yeah. So
What are we going to do? Show up at a venue with all our friends and be like, hey guys, how's it go? I got to go. And then we
I
climb
don't
up on
even think
stage
people
in
would
a
notice.
druid outfit.
I don't even think people would notice because they would just think we're going to see this new cool loud band, and we happen
We
to go
got to
to
have
all these
someone to
shows.
set up our gear. We
Well,
can't
there
be
would
out there
have to
setting
be-
up our own gear.
What do you mean?
If we're playing a local show, like at Mass or something, we can't drag our gear up on stage and be like, okay, I'm ready to play. And then go put a costume on.
I know we'd have to work this out.
We'd
We'd
have
have
to
to do a
have-
sheet or something up.
We'd have to have people to set our gear up and get it ready. And then we come in cloaks. And then we whip out a
We don't know if it's going to be cloaks
double-bladed
yet.
red lightsaber.
The cloaks have been done.
Have they?
All right, let's hang up.
Okay.
Goodbye.
It's been fun. Shoot us an email.
Pregnant Rainbow Dolphin.
JerryJonesToMassacre@gmail.com. Send us a phone call, 682-593-JJTM, while you still can. I mean, we're looking at it. Comedy's dying.
Everything's dying.
Everything's dying. Who knows how much longer we're going to be able to do this podcast, so.
And I keep smelling my toenails.
The days are numbered, so we're out of here. Later. What a downer. We went from screaming at people with our awards to just dropping it all off. Oh.
Therapeutic session. So, okay, let's think about this for real.
All right. Do you want me to kill all the mics first?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me kill the peace out.